Everyone out there, do let me know if anything sounds off or too loud or anything. It should all be fine, but new equipment and everything, as y'all well know, there can be scuff involved. It seemed fine yesterday, but I also did touch it a little bit, so I would not be surprised if I broke something. So let's see, we were... I think, we were trying to get the rest of the way through the keep, because we gained the ability to wall jump. And I know I did my town bookkeeping before I stopped last time, because I usually do that. So back down into the hole we go. As soon as I actually have... Yep, okay, it is capturing properly. Good. Never hurts to double check. Down to the keep. Let's see, it should be this upper left door, I think, that gets us to where we were. I think it's also the only door in the keep we have open. Oh, right, because I stopped after we died in the arena right over here last time. I think it's, like, right past this guy here. So we'll head further up this time and see what we find. Loot. Oh, right, we did come up here last time. The high tonic recipe. I don't want to fall all the way down. Nope. Okay. Yes, yes, you are a big old clanky armor with an axe like mine, because I stole it off your friend. Oh hey, you learned how to swing the way I was. Good for you. Too bad you're dead now. Alright, Mr. Bones, cool it. The leapfrog axe strategy is surprisingly good. Boing, boing, boing. Ow. Ribbit. 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 I think this is the arena right here? No. It's on the other side of that, I think, though. This has gotta be awful on his hand to be doing that. Okay, more oil over there. What about over here? Oh, right. The room with the slowly closing door that we can do nothing about at the minute. It's all good. You did mention it was getting late, so I would have just assumed that. And honestly, you do need to sleep. But I understand that it's not easy. Go. Touch the fortune shrine, which will hopefully keep our luck high enough that we might actually get some good stuff. Here's the arena. A new challenger approaches. Perhaps you believe yourself to be a fearless warrior? There's no better place to test your mettle than the arena. There are 3 matches that await you before you have earned the right to be called a warrior. Then, if you dare, you may challenge the Grand Champion for the title. The arena is deadly, so be sure you're prepared before entering. Will you begin your first preliminary match? Not this time. We'll come back later. Hey there, Pazzy. How you doing? Go then and prepare yourself. We will not be messing with the arena right now. Not after what happened last time we were there. Our goal is progress, not death. Death to everyone else, though. So far so good. Mr. Sun's hat box was pretty fun, and now we're just back to business. hopefully work is going well as work can, anyway. Spin. So do boomerangs. Nope. You cut that out right now. What's in the box? Soldier's armlet. That's probably better than what we have. Better for strength. We'd lose a little bit of intelligence, which weakens our boomerang. At the rate I'm going, I probably want the strength more. Excellent. Freedom is around the corner. Up, 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 and up. No, 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 no. No boiling oil for me. Aside from where my feet land. Alright there, you damn spider. Knock it off. Where is... I need the venison for a quest. Do I have anything else? Wait. Why don't I have any potions? I know I bought some. Did I... Oh, I must not have done my inventory stuff when I was last in town, then. Oh yeah, because we have money and no potions. Well, that explains that. Just eat the venison for now and pick up more later. Ah, you tricked me. Joke's on you, though. You can't trick an axe. I'm definitely being greedy. I should back up and go back to town instead of doing this. When have I not been stubborn? Now my feet. There we go. Oh, all that for a dead end. Ah! We needed that, okay. That explains that then. Because there's a pedestal in the catacombs that we can put that feather on and it'll do something. What exactly? Not sure. Magic shit. Something of that variety. We're gonna warp out of here, though, because we're about to die. Goodbye! Oh, it was still damaging me while I was in there. That was almost very bad. Well, that was concerning. Let's see. Is the crystal crown any good? I think the gold crown's better. Yes. Yes, it is. And we just replaced the medallion belt. I'm gonna keep the gold ring for the moment, because I think that was another thing that increased my luck. I just wasn't using it because I needed better other stats. And we'll head over to the tavern, which I just ran past, which is where we buy our potions. 4 of those, 1 high potion. That should be good enough for a little bit. And back at it we go. We'll go drop that feather off on the pedestal it goes to and find out what happens. Let's see. The mystery, the intrigue. The pedestal, I believe, was up there, so I'm going to want to go to the top right door. Which I think is actually this one. Yes. Yeah, that's the right way. There we go. And pedestal. Ta-da! Opens the door to a dark place. Okay. Ah! It's a dark place full of saw blades. Okay. Great, great. Everybody's happy about that, right? Everybody loves saw blades. Just gonna wait that one out a little bit. There we go. Any secrets? Nope. Okay. Okay, so it's still got spirits in here from the original part of this place. Rude. Bad hand. Bad. Had a ruby in it, though. Oh, good. You just fart everywhere and expect me to walk through it, huh? Parkour. Okay. 1 sec, I'm gonna sneeze. That's 2. Not what I meant to do. I was trying to grab the ledge so I could look a little further before I jumped. Okay, so we got fireball throwing ghosts now. My favorite. Get rid of more of these metal hedgehogs before we go anywhere. Even though the game has now told me they're made out of bone, I'm still gonna call them metal hedgehogs anyway. I am real glad I'm very versed in these types of games with the way they platform, otherwise getting through here would be a bit of a nuisance. Because it's a lot of... I'm going to assume they put a platform there, rather than actually being able to see where I'm going particularly well. Of course, I say I'm well versed in this, and I jump into a fart cloud like a genius. Can't really say I'm surprised by that one. Thankfully, this poison seems to be more like a mild inconvenience than an actual danger. Because it's doing 1 a tick, and it's moving along reasonably quickly. Though it might start doing more damage once the defense buff we have on wears off. Can you not? Speaking of can you not? Goddamn handsy floor. Ow. And I got you that time. No, 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 no. No, no, no. No, no, no. Missed me. Yeah, the poison's almost gone, and it's only done like 30 damage, I think, overall of it. So, you know, not ideal, but not worth going out of my way to cure. Because I don't think we actually bought any antidotes. We can, but I didn't bother. But we'll see if it starts ticking a lot harder once the defense buff wears off, since it's going to wear off first. Nope, still 1s. So I officially do not care. More of the poison-spewing mummies. Nope, I can't latch onto that wall well enough. Parachute? Yeah. Press and hold backdash while falling to glide. I completely forgot this game had a backdash button. What even is the backdash button? Because I have never used it. Oh, yeah. Whoosh. I've been jumping back like a pleb this entire time because I completely forgot that button is a thing this game has. Oh, there we go. New area. Old area. Just different access. Okay. Why do you lead me back here? I mean, there's a save point nearby, so I'll make use of it anyway. I'm just slightly confused. Because usually if they point you back at an area, that means there's something there you're meant to do. I just don't know what they'd be expecting me to do with a parachute around here. I don't remember seeing any particularly long jumps in this section. But I might also not be remembering something. That is always a possibility. Okay, it's that one. Oh, and Pezzy, I did notice the shout out in Discord, so I appreciate that. Absolutely. You missed me, Gotcha. Okay. Is the only places we haven't been in here is that upper right room, the room right above that save point up and right from us, and the rest of the arena room. So unless... Oh, wait! Up there at the top, I think, was a jump we couldn't make, actually. Just because a week has passed doesn't mean I don't remember where things were and what we had problems with. Why I remember this, I have no idea. Got the emerald. This parachute definitely makes this room easier, because I don't need to worry as much about making the jump straight up. Nope, heck with you, Spider. I'm not dealing with you this time. Nope. Hey, Clanky, come here. Bye! Oh yeah, and for those who love crazy puppets, here enjoy this thing. He's just having a great time dancing. Trying to kick my ass and succeeding. Oh, practice sword. That looked more like a spear to me, but I think it was because the coloration on it made it look... Yeah. Because the handle is what's white on there because it's a wooden sword. That's what got my eye on that one. Just not dealing with you again. Speaking of things I'm not dealing with, goodbye, slime. No more gelatinous cube. We've had our time with those. With this save point nearby, I could have fought them just to get the extra experience, but I don't know if they're really that worth my time. Okay, that does cut your jump height a little bit, so I need to be careful of that. Don't mind me as I just take a cheeky shortcut now that I have the capacity to do so. Ow. You are a better shot than I gave you credit for. Well played, sir. Okay, I can't redeploy the parachute off the wall at the same time. Okay. Don't mind me trying to learn shenanigans. Wait, yeah. I think we could have cleared these jumps, so why didn't I go over here? Maybe I just looked at it and went, I'm not gonna bother. That does sound like me. It's a little bit of a damage drop, but for the speed this swings at, this might be okay. We'll give it a shot. And yeah, no, I could have cleared that. I think I just looked at it and went, I don't think that's reasonable, and then didn't do it. This, I think the parachute might reach. Not quite. There might be a trick I could do to get that, but I don't think I have it down enough to do that. So we'll check that right-hand room and see if there's anything there. Good enough. For reference, by the way, the backdash button is Y, or in my case, triangle. So, it's an easy enough button to hit, I just never ended up hitting it, apparently. Yeah, no, there's, again, no reason why I didn't go this way, aside from I think I just was following one hard-headed path last time and just went, nope, we're going this way. Which worked out because we found what we needed. Fucking spiders. Ow, my foot. Those knights just take enough hits that I just don't feel like dealing with them. In case anyone's wondering why I just keep flying over them in particular. There we go. Nice and smooth. It's worthwhile to trust your instincts in games like this. If you think something is in a direction, you should just go that way and find out. So it's gonna be a sound puzzle of some kind. I don't recall seeing anything indicating anything but bells. Nope. That was gonna be one of the obvious sounds it was gonna go for. That's why I went, you know what, let's try that. Okay, so we're going nowhere with that idea at the minute. So I don't think any of my notes have anything to do with that. It would be... I would assume one of these. No. Nope. Nope. And he only mentioned the answer to the last puzzle we saw. So we don't know what to do with that yet. Just so people understand why those take entirely too many hits. Just whack, 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 nothing. Later, spider. There we go. There's also a tiny hop when you let go of the parachute. So I think I can manipulate that as well. Utilize that to go just slightly further sometimes. So that catches us up with all of those parts in here. So the only other room in here is the arena, or there's actually a higher part to that room down there as well that I missed when I looked before. Other than that, we're gonna have to go back to an area we've been, I guess. Yes, otherwise. Yeah, I'm just not in the habit of using that backdash, so I'm gonna get hit a few times readjusting. So it's not surprising that I don't use the backdash in this, because Aria Sorrow had it, I didn't use it. Most of the more recent Castlevanias had it, never used it in any of them pretty much. I always just reflexively jumped away instead. It's like it's become a tradition or something for me. Cube. convenient that he just drops a gem that's his color. Okay. Saw a weird light coming in through the side of my curtain there. It's just leaves passing in front of the sunlight. It just got real windy again, so it started looking strange. Hopefully the sudden sunlight wasn't too bright on the camera, as it absolutely could be. Ow. Thank you. Whoosh. There we go. Everything's falling apart. Ah, God. One second, y'all. I'm hearing weird stuff. I'm gonna make sure nothing crazy's going on. Give me just 1 minute. Okay. There's a helicopter floating around, and so I wanted to make sure there wasn't anything weird happening. It's just landing in at the hospital nearby. Sounds good, Pazzy. Okay. We'll hit that save point on the way, just so I'm guaranteed safe as I outrun the death cube. There we go. I could have taken it on, and I probably would have been fine if I fought it carefully, but it was better just to get away from it, since in 3 hits it would have killed me. And I didn't want to burn a heal. Yep, this is where we needed the parachute. Okay. Progress. Theoretical progress. Nope. Coming for your ankles. He had the high ground, but it didn't help. I think we need like one more flour bag to get the bakery in town back up and running again. Oh. Not really. It just does contact damage, so it could have just come over and sat on my head and been a pain. I also was down to really low health, and it does like 14 or 15 a hit. So it would have chewed through that reasonably quick, and it moves fast, so getting out from under it if it does land on you is a bit of a problem. But we kill it about as fast as it would have killed us in that situation. So it theoretically could have worked out, but it wasn't worth the risk. I've not seen anything with grab attacks in this game yet, and I'm very happy for it. Because grab attacks in these kind of games are almost always awful. Missed me. Yeah. When in doubt, if you don't need to deal with it, don't. Missed me. Bleh. Totally not trying to back him into the goo or anything. Nope, not at all. They won't actually go off the edge, I think, though. I think they auto-stop. Okay. What's down the hole? Damn, it's a deep hole. Okay. Not what I expected. Combat belt. I think we have one of those already. Or we did, anyway. It does add one more strength than the armlet. Do I want to lose one defense for one damage? Yeah, sure. That's how I usually operate. What is this defense you speak of? I only deal in hard and hit harder. There we go. Uh-huh. I don't think we can do anything about these blocks yet. Yeah, no, we don't have anything for that. So, we do have 3 artifact slots yet, so there might be a decent amount of game left. I was going off the how long to beat time, but I think we fucked around a bit longer than the time would actually allot. When I was running around collecting some extra stuff last time. And we had some trouble getting through a couple parts as well. Though if I keep at it a decent amount today, we'll probably still get through it. Depends how close together those artifacts are. Oh, that's fun. Okay. Very kind of them to put these stop points in the middle of this. They easily could have had that be one long string. Ooh, an enchanted mace. Nice. How good is that enchanted mace? 50. It does raise our luck, though. How does it swing? That's decently quick. We'll use that. It's in between the sword and the axe. And I'll take anything I can get that raises my luck. Because that's just how I roll. Okay. You've made your point, sir. I will drink a potion. He looks so sad when he dies. Which I guess, yeah, you know, that makes sense. Sir, that is not the ground. I don't know where you thought the ground was, but that wasn't it. I got greedy on that one. I should have dashed again and then went back in. Spread on his shot is what keeps screwing me up. I keep thinking it'll aim at me, but it actually aims to put me in the middle between 2 of the shots, usually. Because they expect you to dodge. They're clever like that. Because, you know, you're of course gonna want to dodge, so... They play by that expectation. Huh. You put a chest behind bars. Something can be placed here. Okay, so we need to feed the lions to open that. Gotcha. Little demon bastard. Ooh, that was a little close for comfort. Nope. Hold that thought. Game on. Okay, you summoned ghosts. Okay, I expected you to clear the room with that stab. Neat party trick you got there, buddy. Got him. He touched me, I think, once during all of that. And he was guarding the library. Ah! This is what I need for the bell puzzle. Low note, 1 step up, 2 steps up, 3 high notes. Bum, 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 bum. Well, actually, it depends on what their notation is. Lowest one might be lowest note, or it might be highest note, and then down from there, which would be backwards, but possible. There has been a couple games that had their music notation weird that way. Because they went by the number, not the line it was on. Okay, so that's another access point. Good to know. So it was definitely worth fighting that Death Knight, even though it looked spooky at first. Oh, hey, another book. According to the ancient Tome of Light, a battle between light and darkness is inevitable. It was written that a great darkness would threaten to consume the light, and when that day comes, one will rise to confront it. This Lightbringer will be someone who is pure of heart and immune to the allure of darkness. That ain't me. Could this be why the Watchers have placed this in my path? Could I be the one the prophecies speak of? No. Even if I'm not the one to stop it, I cannot stand aside and let the darkness prevail. You know, I'm just gonna hard shut the idea of him being the Chosen One down. Especially considering he's dead. You know, kind of hard to be the Chosen One if you're dead already. Barring a couple certain situations. Oh god, it's this guy again. So we meet again, young adventurer. Will you spin the wheel of fate? Good luck! You win another spin! You get a mulligan because you spun poorly. Ooh, you lose, luck -1. Oh, that has to hurt. If you stay in the game long enough, you're bound to lose eventually. Perhaps we'll cross paths again. Bastard. Taking away my luck. Nobody wants to lose luck. Still, that is now a dead end. This does mean we need to get back up to that bell tower all the way up at the top. We also can't enter that bottom spot, so we may as well go back to that checkpoint and use that to get back over to the bell tower. These games can end up with a lot of backtracking and a lot of needless wandering, but if you pay attention to where things are connected, you can usually cut that down a lot. Yeah, that's the only other connecting point we have here. The fact that there's 2 other doors in here tells me that this area is a lot bigger than it looks. Though, more than likely, the other door is over here, on the other side of the bell door, and the last door is going to be down there somewhere. Context clues. Dum-dee-dum, dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Just casually stroll through a room full of monsters, it's fine. They only can hurt you if you acknowledge their existence. There we go. Right on through to the other side. Just making sure I had the right hallway. Dum-de-dum. Magoo away! Ow. Couldn't ignore that one. Couldn't quite clear it. Ah, he clipped me. Everything's wrong now. It's all ruined. Sad. I mean, it worked for most of them, to be fair. There are some problems you can, in fact, just ignore and walk away from. They do catch up with you eventually. Now, here's the question. Is this 4 or is this 4? That's the only real question mark on this idea. That's the only reason why it ends up being a question mark, whether it'll be high sound to low sound. I'm gonna try low sound to high sound. 1, 2, 3. Yep. Low sound to high sound. Ta-da! Because usually something like a procession sound would be swinging up, not down, in tone. So it made more sense for it to be heading toward the higher note rather than the lower. Unless it's a funeral procession, then that probably would invert a bit. Well. Stupid imps. I hate imps. Damn it. I said There we go. Now there's more oil. Come on. There it is. I'm just using the parachute to guarantee that I don't fall short. Or guarantee as much as I can, anyway. Nope, we're going to a larger platform before I fight you, you little pain in the butt. Just in case he bumped me, I didn't want to get knocked off of the ledge we were on. There we go. You can definitely tell they gave us a means of platforming farther, because they're now like, nope, you're always going to have to jump far now. Have fun with that. We can't get in there. That's assuming that's even a thing we go in. You bastard. Bastard man. That is what you are. Ooh. Son of a bitch. There we go. Everything's fine. Everything is just fine. All of that to hit a lever to open the door below us. I should have went over here, hit the lever, went in the other room, and then came down. But, well, hindsight is 20/20. Whee! Oh, you can stab upward. Look at you! Mr. Cool Guy with his spear that he can block with and stab in different directions. Just the elite of the idiots with spears. Look at you with your teamwork. Making me have to drink a potion because you're working together. There we go. I wanted to get rid of the archer so I could pay attention to what this guy was doing better. And he dropped a spontoon. Which is actually a thing, in case anybody's like, wow, that's a weird name to make up. No, that is actually a type of spear. I'm not sure it's spelled right. I think it is, but I'm not certain about that one. But I do know that that is a thing. I was hoping to overwhelm him with sheer volume of boomerangs, and it sort of worked. Need to bait him to stab forward and then just go over him if I'm going to leave those alone, which they are a pain in the butt, so I'm absolutely going to start just ignoring these guys. Ow. Good enough. Take your steak and I'm leaving. Man, there's a lot of you in here. It's almost like the Royal Guards here or something. Oh, wait. That's probably exactly what they are. What? Found something. I don't know how I found it, but I found it. The amount of these secret rooms I've just stumbled into has been great. So the good old find a secret door by leaning up against a wall and falling through it. Huh. There's a thing to slide through here. Prizes. I do need to start being a little bit more careful again, because these things are a bit dangerous. Not sure how a Traveler's Cape is better defense than iron, but you know what? We'll take it. Especially since it boosts my luck further. That's some real good weaving. Whoosh. Nope, don't quite reach. Sad. Bye! Let's go check the room we left behind down here before I go running off too crazily. Correction, rooms. This one's not actually that bad. Or not. Knife, knife, knife. Knife, 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 knife. Knife, knife. Mace to the face. I'm hitting something. There we go. The first one was me actually missing the imp. Then I heard it hit something, so I'm like, you know what? I'll just keep throwing there then. I'll piss something else off. Ooh, a rare spontoon. Still not gonna get used because it's not gonna raise my luck, and it's not stronger, so nope. That and the spears in this, I think, are kind of slow. So it wouldn't really be that much of an improvement in that vein either. It's also worth remembering that the double attack trick works in this game, like in a bunch of these, where you attack as you're hitting the ground and you can attack again immediately. It's something in the input resets when you hit the ground. Oh hey, we found a person. Thank you for your assistance. I'm Grant, JQ's grandson, as well as the town's resident engineer. My main job is helping to make sure the mines are safe and more efficient. I also like to come up with new and exciting inventions in my spare time. Speaking of which, I should get back to town and resume my work. An inventor does sound useful. They might actually be able to make me some new useful equipment. That might actually be like the source of one of our artifacts, for example, or something along those lines. Since some of our artifacts involve, like, climbing gear and such. I do have to stop taking stupid hits, though, or I'm going to die, and everyone will be upset. Or, at the very least, I definitely will be upset. I also just now realized there's not been a save point for a bit, so more than likely that door right down there at the bottom was probably the save point for this part. And, I kind of didn't touch that, so that's a problem. And I also forgot to buy another warp scroll. So we're currently in a bit of a dodgy position. Because I don't think yeah, no, I have nothing else to heal with. I could try using the summon scrolls to help me. But that might throw my mojo off enough that that's not really going to help at all. Going back, I have to get past a bunch of spearmen. Might be better if I just try to go forward. And hope that we find a save point going forward. Because we haven't fought an actual boss in this area yet, so the boss fight might be coming up soon. And with a boss fight, there'd be a checkpoint. But I gotta get past these clowns again. And instead... Don't mind me as I just super carefully knife him to death. Gonna bait him back to the ledge. Playing a real dangerous game here. Oh, right. There's a spearman here anyway. Cleared that one. Oh, no. Nope. Nah, we weren't gonna make it anyway. The witch was gonna get me if I made it over him. Because I don't remember that thing's attack pattern well enough, and that's what killed us in the arena before, too. Well, that's a big inconvenience, because we didn't save when we went up there either, so we gotta redo a bunch of stuff. Welp. That was going to invariably happen at some point. I suppose it's for the best that that happened nice and early. So I'm in a better mood to make that ground up instead of getting upset. And on the bright side, I can do all of this better this time because I'm warmed up now. Oh, relatively better. The fact that we have to go back through the whole bottom. Yeah. It was recommended that I put it there, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? Why not? Since it is a thing I'm doing, so it only makes sense. Whoosh. Yeah, this way is the room that we can't go anywhere in, so I'm not going to bother pushing all the way back down to there. Here's the spike hole again. There we go. Get back the mace. Whee! Hindsight being 20/20, as soon as I hit the bottom of the hole here, I probably should have checked the wall on the other side to make sure there was wasn't an actual secret in there, but I'll worry about that a future time. If I am so inclined. Or if I die again. Which could easily happen. Oh. I didn't realize I could actually duck that. That probably could have helped us when we died moments ago, but, well. Oh well. You live and you learn, or in this case, you die and you learn. double attack with the mace is a lot more finicky. Is the attack animation on it's longer? Is it something to do with canceling the attack's animation when you hit the ground? That's what makes it able to repeat. But some animations are much more cancelable than others. There's your little piece of random information for the day. I don't know why I thought that was gonna work. Well, everything about this is going great. Why? What is wrong with me suddenly? We were doing so well, and then just brain went... Arrgh. This is a good idea. Jump into Spike. Yeah. Nothing goes wrong if you jump into Spike. Spike, good place. This is what I get for playing a little more fair with this one, to see if the fight's actually any good. Oh, you can resummon the ghosts, huh? That's tedious and upsetting. So, thanks for the free experience, I guess? I really thought he was gonna retract his sword sooner than that. That's on me. Wow, we did so much better the first time when I wasn't fucking around. Oh, come the fuck on. Why is the exit to the room right there? Come on. I mean, I'm sure it's exactly to punish the shenanigans I was just doing, but, you know, I don't have to like it. You know what? Done fucking around. Die. Die, 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 die. Well, that was a lot more expensive than it was last time. Ah, well. It kind of balanced out when we got the potion, when we got the level out of that, but not really. Not gonna read all that again, because we read that once already. Yep, low to high. Go ahead and get the shortcut point as my controller disconnects. Controller, please. Thank you. I know exactly what happened. It was sliding further and further out as I was kind of just shaking in my seat a bit because fidgeting. So it ended up slowly wiggling the wire out of the port. Which I could just switch it to using it wireless. Because I do have the good adapter, but this new wire was behaving so well that I'm like, you know what? This way I don't need to worry about charging it, so I'm just gonna not. So I think it was during Kingsfield, it was failing me a couple times because of battery limitations. Looked at the map at the wrong time there. Come on now. That's the thing, is trying to get back around to that save point is going to be kind of a pain in the butt, so I should check that bottom room and make sure it's not a save room. If it is a save room, I'm going to kick myself a little bit, but you know. There we go. Yes, this is the right way. It's funny, I get so spoiled when I have a map, is I end up just constantly opening the map to verify my pathing instead of trusting my understanding of where I'm going. Because my understanding is usually correct, but I just second guess and question it so much because I'm like, I can check, I'm gonna check. And I am botching getting back there so hard right now. Jesus. Me, please. That's a good idea. Rest well, Mendel. Hopefully you feel better. And just do your best not to think about things. Slide. How much do I bet this is, in fact? Yep, a save point. God damn it. This also means it was pointless for me to have used that potion. Not that that saved us a lot of time with that save point, but it's still one of those things. Just like, god damn it. Speaking of god damn it. Because now the impatience is hitting because we did this already. You know, the impatience. Aha. I should stick my head in the oil for that one. There we go. Touch this room again just for sake of argument. Because we did it last time. Hell yeah, Pazzy. Be safe getting home, dude. Excellent. Pop open the door. Wait. Thank you. That archer's marked off in the books. Ooh, we dropped a gold ingot. Neat. Ah, he figured it out. He was the smart one. Wonder how well they pay attention. I want him to turn around. But I think he's never going to lose interest while I'm still standing on this ledge here. Nope, he might be permanently committed now, actually. Well, fuck. Because I don't think... Okay, no, when he's stabbing, he gets hit still. So we can cheese this one away. There we go. Disposed of. Very good, sir. As long as he keeps... Yeah. All I have to do is make sure he backs back up the stairs a bit every time, and he sets himself up for failure. Works out just as well for me. Ooh, a critical hit. With all the luck we have, you'd think we'd be getting more of those. But I don't know if luck even governs crit in this game or not. It'd be weird if it didn't, but at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised. And that restores all the MP I used throwing knives at the other guy. We are again in a dodgy position, but we do still have the stake this time. Right, that was this room. The room with all the death in it. Just treat this like a Mega Man boss. Jump and shoot man away. Ow. Yeah, you know what? That's about how that would go there, too. Why am I jumping into the shots like an idiot now? Well, so much for still having the stake, huh? sometimes I should just wait till the fight's over to make a joke. And by sometimes, I mean, realistically, I should always do that. But it's funnier if I don't. Because then I get punished for my crimes. Okay, those are set in stone what's in those barrels, then. Was kind of hoping there'd be healing in there, but, you know, such is life. Go. Use the stairs to my advantage again. Because they don't take a ton of hits, they're just hard to hit because of the blocking they do. Free the inventor again. I'm not gonna read his dialogue again because we read it once already. You know, a smarter man probably would have went and bought a warp scroll before coming back here. Is once again, hindsight is a son of a bitch. Bastard just walking himself into me instead of shooting. I could backtrack to the save point, but we're kind of in the same damned if I do, damned if I don't boat we were in last time. Just with a little more health left at the moment. Keyword being at the moment. The other option is I try to push for a level, because we are almost at a level, which would heal me. Which, for the record, that's what helped carry us through a few of the earlier areas, was the fact that we would keep gaining levels to keep healing. The archers are worth 40 each. Yeah. I don't think I'd win a fight against that one up there, and I don't want to try to backtrack through here. I'd rather fight them from underneath them rather than above them. They would have the advantage if they were under me. Which I know is a strange concept when you're fighting archers. You would think being above them would be at least equal, if not better, than being under them. I mean, over them, rather. Eh, you know what I mean. If you don't know what I mean, well, neither do I. Killing this one in particular might be the play. Just keep repeatedly killing him since he's the safest one to kill. So I can hit him through the floor. And he can't aim low enough to reach down here unless he positions perfectly. Which is unlikely to happen. Not saying it can't happen. Because it absolutely can just to upset me. But it's unlikely. Now look here, you pain in my ass. There we go. Now we have health again. It's not gonna last us super long, but it's better than nothing. Now let's boogie before I waste it. I say as I start wasting it again immediately. And that's why she's a problem, because I remember she has a lot of really nasty attacks. We're just gonna go. Oh, joy. Nope, 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 nope. We're not in any condition to deal with that. So we were one room away from a save point. Because of course we were. Of course we were. Why? Why? And here's the boss fight, like I figured. Everything I said was correct. I would just like to remind everybody. I knew exactly what I was getting into. It just didn't work out. Which, while I'm reminding people, don't forget to eat, drink, and all that good stuff, and hopefully everybody's doing well. It's time to fight a king, it looks like. Well, a dead king, but either way. Raff yourself. King Trell, I presume. Oh, those go high. Okay. Look at this fucking guy! Oh, you of course summon fucking archers, huh? Well, on the bright side, I get more gold ingots that way. We are probably gonna have to back up and go buy healing for this fight. Just because he's got a lot of nasty attacks that hit me very easily. Though we cheesed that pretty well. He was sitting there just taking hits. It's gonna be close. We might actually still win this. Not if I do that. Nope. I had to push right there or it wasn't gonna get anywhere. Because as soon as that archer was on the table, we were gonna lose. So I've got two options. I know his pattern now, so I can make a push, go take him out. Or we go back, we go get resources, we come through here like a storm. The problem with coming back through here is I'm gonna have to go through all of this to get to a checkpoint. I was really hoping that there was gonna be a warp point somewhere nearer here. Though there's a section of room we're missing, so maybe there's a warp over there? I doubt it, but maybe there is. Of course, this means like going back past all this crap, but, you know. Yeah, you got a stab off on me. Good for you. I don't really need to fear them that much anymore. Because we're on the other... Oh, right. We can't get there because it's past the archers. Right. There's just an item up there anyway. We got map completion enough that I can see it. And it's not a path. So that means there's not a checkpoint on the other side of there. Really wish I had just bought a goddamn warp scroll like a sensible person. We don't have a ton of money, so we're not going to be getting the most resources either. That said, it's probably going to be the best shot I'm going to have. Ow, my legs. That is assuming I can even get past this all again, going the other way. So I'm realizing I'm being stupid. I can literally just jump straight up to avoid his stabs, and that gives me a free hit on him, basically. So that solves the mystery of dealing with the spearmen. So I can hit him twice on the way down, basically. So it's just 2 jumps and he loses. Aside from when I land on his head. That also will help us get closer to another level, which might help. Can't guarantee that it'll help, but it could. There we go. Missed me. Missed me again. Ow. There we go. I'm starting to get the timing on the double swing with the mace as well, which is going to help immensely. I say as I die to an archer like a fool. Bloody hell. I just gotta be careful not to fall in the goo. There we go. And we're right above the save point. Excellent. Whew. Yeah, the fact that we got this close to dying just walking back through there has me a little bit concerned about getting back again. But I think we'll be okay. Keyword being I think. Can't really say that I know, but I can hope. Just pulling more of the controller wire to me to make sure that it stops wiggling as much. Which actually, the swordsmen are the same solution as the spears. As long as I don't jump too close to them and run into the upward part of their swing. The best part is you don't actually lose out on that much money by not fighting, because most of your money comes from the scenery rather than the enemies. At least that's been my experience so far with this. Though you can make a decent chunk if you are lucky like that and you pick up items from the enemies. But I wouldn't say that that's the most reliable income in a game like this. There we go. Down the hole. Ow, my feet. But hopefully we'll have enough stuff to sell and things like that that we'll be able to buy at least a couple potions. And we won't burn them all on the way this time. Ideally. Because that was the other part of the problem, is we burnt a lot of potions on the way there. There's also the possibility that we'll be able to get something from the inventor once we get back, since he'll be in town now. We'll also be able to get a free MP restore in town, which is always helpful. Do I want... warp scrolls are expensive. That's the other reason I didn't grab one. The learning scroll would also be nice, but we don't have the money for that. I don't really want any of those spells that badly. I think it's the different merchants that buy different things. Yeah, that's the other issue. We'll get rid of the extra combat belt. I wonder if you actually get an experience bonus for using the practice sword. That would make the most sense. But I'm gonna get rid of it anyway. We can get another one if I really decide I want one. We're not gonna use the spontoon, so we can get rid of that. The knight sword is out of date compared to the mace, so we can get rid of that. We also have enough gold to make the gold armor? That would be a significant increase. Gilded hammer does a lot of damage. Gold rings we already have. Yeah, we'll make the gold armor. Silver helm, I think we had and got rid of already. Got anything cool? You got a brass helmet, which sucks. Yeah, no, everything you have is falling behind. Right, because we also didn't get the Traveler's Cloak from a drop this time either. So the gold armor is definitely gonna be an improvement for us for a bit. I probably should have kept one of those combat belts because I forgot we didn't get the one we put on either. Oh well, we'll get another one. Where is the engineer? I also only just now realized that the bounty hunter's room has different music. So that's interesting. We can also play the slots while we're here, even though I'm probably never gonna win. Yep. The timing on it's a little funky. Well, I'll be damned. I got all 7s. The one time we win is all 7s. Amazing. I'll take a free 500 gold, though. Nope, I still don't have your deck of cards. I think I have enough flour for you now. Oh, how wonderful. You found the flour. I will finally be able to restock the bakery. As a special thank you, please take one of my famous scones. They talk about them all the way to Laurelayan. Scones are actually really good healing. We discovered that before when we found one. Let's see, cupcakes are 55 HP for 100, muffins are 50 for 125, 55 for 100, 50, 65 for 120, 50 for 100. Like, there's no reason why I wouldn't get the eclairs or the cupcakes since they're all 55s for the same price as ones that only give 50. It's kind of crazy why she has so many of these. And half of them do terrible value for your money. It's weird. You found the tonic for the recipe for a high tonic. These restore even more MP than normal tonics. I'll add it to the recipe menu right away. Well, we're not going to be bothering with that. Give me 5 regular potions, 2 high potions, and we will buy a couple of the other healing items for small value healing. Oh, that's why she has so many. You can only carry... She only has a couple of each. Okay. That makes a little more sense. We'll grab a handful of those just to have them on hand. Oh, yeah, it makes sense that you'd be over here by the balloon. Greetings and salutations. Please allow me to introduce my most recent invention. It's a gas balloon that'll allow me to fly high above the clouds. But as you can see, I haven't quite gotten it off the ground yet. In order to fill the balloon, I designed this rudimentary electrolysis device. It runs an electric current through water and separates out the hydrogen gas. Unfortunately, its electrodes are made of impure metals that rusted out before I could get the balloon filled. You can bring me back 3 ingots of platinum. I can create new electrodes that won't rust. Please let me know if you find the platinum. I don't think we've been seeing platinum yet. I think we only just now started getting gold. So that's probably gonna be another area away. I appreciate you finding my grandson Grant for me. He's a smart young fellow, but he needs to keep his head out of the clouds from time to time. Even though he's planning on flying up among them, he really shouldn't keep his head there the whole time. Yep, that's what I figured. So, we're just missing Duncan and Princess now. Oh, and Rupert. He's right in between a bunch of crossed out lines, so my eyes glazed over him. So we got 3 people left to find, 3 artifacts left to get. So it might be that there's still 3 more areas, there might only be 2. Hard to say. But we are much better prepared this time, so we should be able to get through just fine. Is there anything else I wanted to get rid of? I could sell the iron armor now that I'm wearing the gold armor. See if I can afford a warp scroll after that. The battle axe does more damage is the only reason I'm hanging on to it. And we can currently afford a warp scroll. So we'll hang on to the battle axe just a little bit longer. There we go. That seems like the wiser course than going crazy in any other capacity. Because as much as the mace is a good weapon and it's got a luck boost on it, there might be cases where we want that tiny little bit of extra damage. Because, like, against the king, for example, I'm not sure if I actually want to... Why can't I see the map for this? Weird. Yeah, this was the closest one. Which was the crux of my problem. God damn it. I thought I could time that right. Turns out I botched it. Ah, spiders. Ah, spiders. Ah. 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 I don't know why I was still doing that. trying to make sure any money bags and any of those get put into my pockets. Damn it. There we go.
Well, he's dead. Real shame. He will be missed.
Yeah, there's been a couple of those already. I don't know if you caught the bit about where I had to go back across half this area because I botched a fight. And there were no... Well, there was a save point, I didn't spot it. So that was a thing. But we've since fixed that mistake. Welcome back. Go ahead and hit this save point because this is the one I didn't touch last time that caused us all that heartache. Okay, does the golden helmet help? It's 3 more defense, but I lose a ton of stats. Now keep the stats. Up the hole we go. I know it's gonna pour oil, come on. There we go. Nope, fuck you, you ain't catching me. All you're gonna catch is this mace. I did that on purpose, if you would believe that. Because I got knocked a little bit higher. Because I think I underjumped. So I wanted to be careful and make sure I had the right height. Oh, I didn't even need to climb back up here anyway. I don't know why the hell I did that. I think it just became habit from having had to do it again once. Okay, you know what? Heck with you. It's fine. Screw off, all of you. Just, you know what? We're done here. Goodbye. Knock his block off. And to think, if they could just stab diagonally, they would have me so easily. And yes, I was totally rewarding my success with a cupcake. Don't question it. You come back to that ledge. Come here. Come here. Nothing bad's gonna happen. You aren't gonna have your ankles broken with a mace or anything. No, not at all. You get back here right now, young man. I can afford to be a little bit more aggressive. Not that I should, but, you know, that's gonna be how this is gonna play out. Missed me. I didn't miss you, though. Speaking of didn't miss. Nope. Nope. Ow, 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 ow. We're just gonna pretend she doesn't exist. Do. Crazy flying lady's not real. She can't hurt me. She's not real. She can't hurt me. Speaking of things that are real, though, time to go kill King Jackass again. Yeah, laugh it up, laughing boy. Ah, you got me with it that time, huh? Yeah, you go helicoptering off with your sword again.
You fast, rebel, you ain't fast enough!
You're right, he ain't fast enough. You need to go. That's what I was hoping, is as soon as I kill his archer, he summons another one, which wastes a lot of his time. Oh, you cheeky shit. Doing it from over there, though. We're clocking good damage. We should have this under control. Eat the scone of full healing. Got him. Of course, I eat the full heal and immediately level from killing him as well. The king is dead. Long live the king. It's fine. We got that scone for free anyway. And as expected, the shortcut point was right past him. Yeah, you know, just jam that in my face while I'm swinging a mace at him. It's fine. They respect snack time. I would lose the luck, but it would give me constitution and int. Not enough, though. Exactly. Everyone must respect snack time. What's in the box? Ulak pendant. We probably need that. It's not good for anything, which tells me it must be important. That said, this is a dead end. Now, for those who weren't here for earlier sessions, Ulak is the deity that they found when they traveled over here. It appeared both to King Trell and to a tribe that came into this area later, both which perished in this area. Let's see. Ulak, I think, was mentioned somewhere around in here. Yeah, Zuta Ulak. Great Shadow. So, you know, anything deity-wise that's referred to as a shadow of any kind always leads to good things. Now, I don't think it was ever mentioned in any of the journal entries that Trell had any dealings with Ulak, but I assumed it based on the fact that he went nuts and started moving his castle. Because he had stonemasons literally pick this whole place up brick by brick and bring it here, instead of where it was originally. I'm gonna use that shortcut to get the hell out of here. And mind you, him doing that's not the entirety of him going mad either. He eventually ended up wiping out a lot of his own people in a civil war, from what I remember from the journal entries. Now, I'm assuming I need to either be back here or somewhere. I don't remember seeing anywhere for the Ulak pendant to be used. There's parts of the jungle we haven't gone into yet. It's called Gardens, but let's be real, it's a fucking jungle out there. So let's poke our nose around in here a bit and see if we figure something out. Okay, this is where I wanted to end up, but not as helpful as I thought it was. Except for getting to the left, which I know the parachute we found will actually get us there. Not what I was hoping for, but I'll take whatever this is. Sword hat. Also unexpected, but level 1. Huh? Oh! Oh! I made a friend. I made a friend with a sentient sword. He heard the call of the hat. So there's a tall part of the room over by the mine entrance over there. I doubt that's particularly relevant. There's a whole right-hand side to the big room down and right from us. I'm gonna check there next. Yeah, I put on a hat and now he's my friend. Now he's gonna stab my enemies. I wondered why the hat was level 1. Now I understand. I knew you were gonna do it. I don't know why I expected anything else, but still, You could say I'm a sharp-dressed man now. You know, you want to stay up there, you can stay there. Now, wait a damn minute. Yep, I read the map wrong. That's on me. I guess so, yeah. I'm betting it levels up by doing and killing on its own. Similar to how, like, the Symphony of the Night familiars and such could level and all that. I didn't even realize this game had familiars. That one was a complete surprise. Nope, I missed my exit again. I need to go up here. Yeah, get him, Sword. Get him. No, sick him. He's right there. Get him. Sword, please. Okay, Sword's probably not getting leveled. Sword is a little stupid. Well, that didn't quite work. Oh. We can't go this way yet. Because we're probably meant to swim under and then come back out up top. Was there anything about this room? No, this just had a box in it. Okay. That solves that mystery. So we can check the room right underneath where the exit to this area is, and that's probably going to be about it over here. And judging from where it is, I'm betting there's just going to be an item in there if there's anything over there. Unless it goes way down, which would be a surprise. Oh, neat. Thorn Whip. Ow. These things do, like, no damage now. They used to be terrifying, and I'm just like, yep, you're here. Good for you. Oh, no, you did 1 damage. Part of the reason why I came back here is I was looking for Professor Bosden because I don't know where he wandered off to. I was hoping he'd be able to tell me about the Ulok pendant. Wait, there's a room right here, too, that I didn't go in, apparently. Oh, this is another one of the shortcut doors in here. Okay. That explains why we had an early one we didn't get, is because I just didn't bother going in this room. I think we had sliding when we were in here. Yeah, because we had to in order to get in. But it never hurts to double check. There's an item. Oh, the deck of cards for the gambler. I'm assuming we probably then start spending tokens to gamble with him instead of using his slot machine. Slot is carved into the wall. Do I have anything that I think would fit in there? Nope. Okay. Is the Ulok pendant's not a usable item in that regard, so I assume it would automatically use it if it was pertinent for something. There's also this room over here that's blue, but doesn't have a marker for where it goes, so we can check that using the shortcut. Because I'd be the first to say, I don't actually know where I'm going right now. I'm just following leads, and we'll figure it out eventually. This game's been 90% straightforward, and then every now and then it's like, well, figure it out. You'll figure out where you're going. As these games do. Sometimes all it takes is just cleaning up an area you didn't fully look through, and then everything makes sense again. Get him, sword. Or you could just vibe there, that's fine. I swear, every time I've said get him, this sword has not gotten them. It's kind of a concerning track record. Then again, it's not surprising for a sentient sword to not listen to direction at all. Goddamn smart-ass swords. Exactly. Except his 15-minute break is every 15 minutes. Certainly worked with a few of those. Oh, come on now. Grab that. There you go. You son of a bitch. And to think, we went through this area so nicely the first time. Nope, that plan's not working. I tried to cheat. I shouldn't have. There we go. Got the prediction back. There we go. Roman questions right over here. Aha! I found something. Boston getting electrocuted. There you are. I've been looking all over for you. What were you doing while I was getting electrocuted? Oh, the same thing I've been doing. Nothing. Okay, understood. Don't worry, my injuries aren't as bad as they look. Listen closely, though. I have something important to tell you. I finished the translations, and I've discovered that the temple is indeed no ordinary structure. It is designed to amplify the power of the Shadow Gem and open a tunnel between worlds. Excellent, Blowfish. Hope you've been enjoying the show and doing well. I'm afraid that this means Ulok is already here and growing stronger with each passing moment. Its dark power has been flowing into our world for centuries like sand through an hourglass. If there's any hope of stopping Ulok, the connection to its power must be severed. We must find the Shadow Gem and close the gateway. My injuries would only slow you down, so I'm afraid you will have to go on alone, just like everywhere else. Please, take my translation book. It might be of some use to you. Farewell for now. Now we can read Lidori. Which, ironically, we can read right here. Only those who wear the symbol of the Master may enter. Yep, figured. I had a feeling somewhere in the jungle was going to be where we needed this. Ta-da! Now I presume I don't need it anymore. At least not for the moment. This is when the walls crush me because I'm not wearing the symbol anymore. Okay. Okay. You got spooky green lightning. And you melt when I kill you. Okay. I can dig it. Thankfully, even they are vulnerable to a mace to the forehead. I don't know what this does, but I'm gonna push the button anyway. Teleporter. Okay. kind of figured there'd be weird techno stuff in here, given the soundtrack going right now. Another teleporter. Let's not fuck with that one just yet. There we go, the sword gained a level. And we found a ham. Okay. Oh, convenient. Boom! This allows us to go back to the previous areas. So there's not going to be shortcuts in this place. That's what that tells me, because those doors are normally in the middle of the shortcut hub for an area. Which also implies that this area is going to be a bit smaller. Or they just want me to suffer, which, you know, checks out. I don't know what's down there, but I'm more inclined to find out what's over here. Learning scroll. We definitely want to use that immediately, because it gives a free stat point. Our intelligence went up. Because, you know, reading a random scroll is a smart idea, so I clearly got smarter from doing that. Especially scrolls you find in evil temples. That just makes the idea better. That didn't work according to plan. Because I forgot I couldn't reopen the parachute. It's a one and done. Oh hey, those guys drop hams. Interesting. Why these cultists have pocket ham, I don't know. I'm also not sure how to feel about my own sentence there. Well, it happened. There's no take-backsies. I'm going back up here to see what that hallway on the way down was. It's ham and it came out of his pocket. What else would you call it? I got nothing for you on that one. It makes nothing but sense, and I wish it didn't. Aha! Winged boots. Press jump again after jumping to flip. Whee! Do a flip. Just remember, all you need to attain ninja skills is find the right footwear. We only are missing one artifact now, so this might actually be the last area. And I can single wall jump now. I can go anywhere. Ha 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 ha! I am liberated. I can move wherever I please. Another teleporter, okay. I may or may not be trying to forego the entire concept of a teleporter maze by just going around them, but it looks like I'm gonna have to use them. Wait. No, they're all the same color. Okay, I thought there might have been a slight variation in blue between some of them, but that was way too much to ask for. Okay, that put me somewhere else. I was half expecting it to take me back to one of the other teleporters, and I was just gonna be upset. Scimitar? Is that any better than my mace? It does 1 more damage. But I don't lose the luck bonus, so why not? Wait. They're gonna rue the day they gave me double jump. Ow. Good news, those lasers hurt. Had to touch one for science. Even though they were clearly meant as stage hazards considering they're on the floors and ceilings in here. Had to make sure the vertical ones work the same way. Which, the whole pocket ham thing reminds me of what I ended up calling... Well, both me and my friend ended up calling a specific enemy in the old CCG scrolls. Specifically, there was a goblin shaman in that game that threw something at people, and we thought it looked like a ham, so he just became the ham wizard. Every time he would cast magic, he just cast ham. And that just was a thing. That was a thing that happened. Wait. Luck scroll and a luck shrine. Excellent. All the luck is mine. See, the correct answer would be to touch that luck shrine and then play the lottery. All hail the D20. Of course the Shadow Gem's a D20. Somebody had bad luck with dice, and this is how we ended up here. The Shadow Gem was once a part of an ancient and powerful weapon. The weapon was destroyed and its fragments scattered across the universe. Through the gem, the shaman can hear the Master's voice. It guided us and gave us the knowledge to build this temple, to bring the Age of Darkness closer. Somebody rolled a 1 and was forever convinced the goddamn die was cursed. And boy, were they not wrong. Exactly. We all have stories of that, I'm sure. Like, I definitely had a D20 that I threw across the room because it rolled 2 1s in a row. I'm like, nope, you are rejected. Good day, sir. Never again. Just get that cursed shit away from me. Exactly. Then again, I also melted a plastic die down because it was being a problem, so, you know, that's a whole other thing. You can't curse me again if I melt you down and throw it away. Of course I wasn't going to reuse that plastic. That's clearly cursed plastic. Nobody wants that. It's either that or you give those dice to people you don't like. But then you run the risk of it performing better for them because you abandoned it. That's a whole other issue. I think this is a terrible plan I'm doing here, but I want to see if I can get away with doing this. The answer is yes. Yes, I can. Fuck your level design, I'm going my way. If I can, I will. And I was rewarded for my shenanigans, which is uncommon. Let's not say we did. There's a different room down here. Never mind. Maybe this isn't as good an idea. Where does this take me? Okay, I guess we're here now. Actually, wait, does this take me back where we came from, or does this send me yet somewhere else? Looking like back where we came from. Okay, let's actually check the room up there then before we screw off in a different direction. Because there might actually be something useful up here. Man, I don't know who their electrician is, but they did a terrible job. There we go. Ah, yes, get a metal helmet after running through a field of electricity. Yep, that seems like an adequate reward for what I've done. It's totally gonna help with this situation. It's also, like, straight up worse than the gold helmet we found before that, so hooray? And if I were to replace the sword hat, I'd be putting my gold crown back on because it gives me a bunch of different stats, so... all in all, utterly pointless. Okay. Notice there's a certain amount of dots on each of these barriers, too. I assume there's a certain amount of switches or something I have to hit to trigger each of those, probably. Nom nom nom, cheese and tarts. Nom nom nom. Ah, there we go. I push that out of place and that turns off the one doors. The wondrous one doors. So I assume I'm gonna have to track down all three of those, push them out of place, and that's gonna be a thing. And that looped me back. Didn't we actually see a room like that already, though? And I didn't touch it, because I'm an idiot? I think it was over here somewhere. That's the shortcut room.
Kill them all.
Always. As I backtrack through laser nuisance land. Because I'm paranoid thinking that I didn't do a thing I needed to do in here. So wasn't this where we found the wing boots? I think I'm going the wrong way for what I was checking. Yep, sure am. Well, rip. Thankfully, the wing boots make getting back through here a lot easier, as it turns out. So, really doesn't matter. Yep, first the barrier's out of the way, though, so that confirms how that's all gonna work out. We need to find all three. Which means each of these portals probably leads to the part we need to be in for each of them. Means we should probably just start going through portals and dealing with things. Except no, that connects back to that. Wait, yeah, duh, because that's the one we just came in from. It would help if I paid any attention to what I was doing, wouldn't it? There we go, disposed of. Just keeping half an eye on notifications I see pop up. We might be able to get to this upper right room now, down here. Nope, that's still closed. Okay. So that needs level 3. But this was a level 1 door, so we can go in here. So this was still the right way to go back to. You and your book can go to hell. Birdman. He doesn't even die. We break his mask and he catches fire from embarrassment, apparently. Can't say I haven't been there before. Well. Lasers are down there. That's no good. Weather channel, what are you freaking about? Okay. Nothing I need to care about. Just see an alert on my phone relating to weather. I'm like, is there a tornado or something? No, it's people freaking out about Yosemite again. Which is not immediately relevant. That could have long-reaching consequences if it does happen, but, you know. Nothing I can really do about it. There we go. It'd be nice if I finished this today, because that'll mean we finished 2 games this week, which is always a nice feeling. I will say, though, I'm still trying to decide if I want to do more days where I just do a bunch of different games, or continue on the path of actually finishing games. And what I'm thinking is I might only dedicate, like, 1 day a week to actually finishing something, instead of having multiple things going all at once. And we'll just, like, do a bunch of tryout days throughout the week. And based on those tryout days, we'll do polls to determine what the game that actually gets finished ends up being. So I might keep the RPG Thursdays as a separate one. Like, maybe have 1 regular game and 1... Yeah, that's kind of why I'm in that weird limbo spot, is I don't want to have a bunch of just plotless nonsense going, but I also feel like I'm getting kind of stuck with how many of these I'm doing. Like, my schedule has, like, no room in it for me to do other things, basically, right now. Because I have too many games that were planned and scheduled in, so I'm like, well, what do I do now? And the answer is I change the schedule. Because, you know, the rules are here to keep me on track, but they're also meant to be fun. If I feel trapped in by my own rules, then they need to change. Because, for example, I picked up a couple games off of having gotten my tax refund. I fit Hatbox in today, and it honestly, I think, was just fine for having just be a couple-hour thing as a starter for a day. But I've got other things that are going to take more time than that I definitely want to play. And there we go. This is the block I was thinking of. I forgot that the beam was on this side, so we would have needed to go around for it anyway. So now we've got the level 2 doors opened. So what I'm thinking is I might, like, have Monday be a short game, but still has a few sessions in it, and have Thursdays be long games. And then have every other day other than that be just something. Usually things to fill out the next poll for the Monday or the Thursday game. Whichever one I think is going to end next. How does that idea sound to people? Those that are currently here. Because I might put that out as a Twitter poll later, if I don't just make the decision on my own based on the response. Because, like, having a lot of them piled up is also why I'm doing this, is the backlog never really shrinks, but the only way to make it shrink is to actually play them. But I also need that freedom back, because I've been getting confined, and it is not fun. No one wants to feel confined. Okay. So I think the most fun I've had streaming lately was when I was doing those 1 hour at a time sessions where I'm like, I'm just gonna put in whatever strikes my fancy or people want to see. It gets an hour, it'll either go or not go, and we roll from there. 'Cause it just kept things fresh that day. Which I really feel like that's what I need. And of course, the golden rule of the better mood and condition the streamer's in, the better the stream will be, so... That's where my head's at with that thought. You've either got, like, a lamp or some kind of flail. Or both. Okay, it's both. Yep, just gonna put an end to that. Don't like that. Don't like that at all. Like, I'm sure it's no coincidence that one of the highest viewed VODs is also one of the variety VODs. It's also got one of the longest watch times out of all of the ones I put out. So, that's probably where I need to be. And I know for some people listening, this is probably not at all interesting, but it needs to get out of my head, so out it goes. That, and it might actually be useful for other people that are feeling stuck in what they're doing. It might give people an idea, if not necessarily that idea specifically, it might spark something. This is certainly how I've gotten a few thoughts, is hearing somebody else's idea and going, I can twist this way and have it work for me. Let's be real, there is very little that is truly completely original. It's just twists on everything. And that's fine. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's worth acknowledging that. Even if I drive myself crazy trying to be completely original, which doesn't exist.
Flawless victory.
Nothing bad happened. I also need to actually work out more multiplayer stuff to do, because I do want to make more than one day work around that at this point. Now that that's getting a little easier to work with and a little more comfortable. But that also becomes a whole other can of worms of like, well, what am I gonna do? Who am I gonna do it with? Who wants to do it? Who wants to do insert random thing here? It's like, I've got lots of ideas, but a lot of them require bodies being involved. Ideally living ones, you know. That's usually helpful. But scheduling anything is a bit of a nightmare. As we all know, scheduling is always issue 1. Okay, we've opened all 3 doors, so we can go down here. It just hit me. There's not been a save point in this entire dungeon. This entire temple has had no save points unless they happen to be the 2 rooms I didn't go in. Which is entirely possible. And it really is, yeah. Scheduling and keeping the group interested are like the 2 biggest plates to spin. Because as soon as one person in the group starts falling off, the whole thing could fall apart. Lord knows I know that one too damn well. Then again, I've also been the one that fell off. So it goes both ways, really. Let's see, we don't need Really, we don't need either of these helms. We're gonna put the gold crown back on if we don't use the sword guy. This is weaker than the weapons we have now, so that goes away. Honestly, both of these can go at this point. We're probably just gonna stick with the scimitar. Silver armor's not better. I would love the scale helmet, but we can't afford it. The platinum chain would be nice, but we may as well save the platinum for the engineer. Silver crown is not worth our time at this point. We didn't use our warp scroll, so we still have it. I could just get some learning scrolls. She only has the one, so never mind. We'll buy the one, see what stat we get. One more strength, excellent. We just hit straight up one more point harder. Hey, stupid, I got your deck of cards. I can't believe you found my deck of cards. I'm dying to finally play a game. Just talk to me whenever you want to play a hand. I'll even give you a token if you win. Okay. So he's got a memory game. Lantern and harp, cup, swords, skull, rose, coin. Harp was here. Cup was here. Lantern was here. Rose was right next to the rose. Skull was over here. Swords, I'm betting, are probably gonna be here. Nope, that was the coin, I forgot. Swords are here. Swords go there. Key was right here. Coin's here. And done. Rose. There's the cup. It tabbed over one more than I told it to. That's okay. Crown was the one that was up there, wasn't it? Yeah. Harp, coin, key, lantern, harp and harp. Coin was now. I processed of elimination and it didn't quite work, but we got it. Another token for me. He's probably sick of my shit by now. It's like, how are you flipping all these? Why? How? Hooray! So, I don't know if you guys caught it, but I won, but I didn't win. 3 skulls gave me 0 coins. It made the winning noise, but I got 0 coins. May as well just pop the damn middle finger out of this goddamn slot machine. I'm starting to get the timing. Keyword being starting to. We could just sit here and loop this as many times as I can catch all these in time. I lost the coin. How the hell with it? We'll come back for that later. I'm starting to rush, so you can tell I'm screwing it up. No, it was the other corner. Well. Yeah. We finally lost because I just started screwing around too much. The rose was around here somewhere. It was right next to the other rose, okay. Most of them were right next to each other. What the hell? Every time I tried to process of elimination a spot, it was the same thing right next to itself. swords were right around here, weren't they? I lost them. Fuck. I'm losing it. The focus was there and I was doing great, and now the focus is broken. Eh, it's fine. Since it's only for tokens that just feed this thing, it's not the hugest deal. Aww. 2 out of 3 doesn't count in that, unfortunately. We'll go ahead and buy a couple more potions and head back out. Make sure we're well stocked since we got money. And for fun, we'll buy a new sub-weapon since we haven't bought one in a while. Let's take the Magic Molotov for fun. And the Magic Shuriken. Because, you know, just a spell to summon Infant Shuriken. Yeah, I thought I remembered that being an upward one. That's why I'm like, I don't know if I want that. That's real short range, but it'll probably screw something up if it's in spot. We didn't find anybody new, so we don't need to worry about that. Now, back to the temple. Yep, it does do damage the entire time they're in the flames, so that's probably actually going to be a good anti-boss weapon. Because I can probably just park that on some of the more stationary enemies. Yep, I figured this was a boss door. That's why I went back and stocked up before going this way. Ulak, I presume. And of course, the moment I try to use the Molotov is when we fight a flying boss. Of course. Though the Shuriken are actually going to be good here, then. Okay, you think you're a bird. Good for you. Thinks he's an eagle. He thinks he's an eagle. Ow. Probably nobody's going to get that one either, but you know what? That's fine. I'm amused. You know how I said I'm amused? I'm not amused anymore. When you throw things like that at me, I find it a lot less funny. Birds. Good thing I stocked as well as I did, because it feels like this guy's gonna be a pain in the butt. And actually, hindsight being 2020, this might be the shaman, not Ulak himself. But he might be possessed by Ulak. Ow. Alright, Storm Eagle, cut it out. I think the contact damage from him dealt less damage than his birds. Yep, that was the shaman. And that was also a much easier fight than expected. Ta-da! There's the Shadow Gem, I presume. Yoink. It can't be that easy, right? Something's gonna happen as I'm walking out of here. Anything is gonna happen as I'm walking out of here. No? No one's gonna stop me? Okay. A little bit weird, but you know what? And away we go. I'm gonna touch this save point, is why I warped away from there. And then we're gonna walk out through the front door, because I presume Bosden is still where we left him in front of the temple. And he's probably gonna be the trigger for what happens next. Now getting back to that door is gonna take a minute, because I need to remember which one of these led to that doorway. think it's this one. Yeah, because after going through here, we go through... I think either of these actually take me to that section, because this one down here was the one we used at the other door. So I think this takes me the right way. Not quite. Let's try the other one. Because I don't remember if I had to cross that whole long hallway after that other room, or if I'm just barking up the wrong tree. I also could have just warped to a different room of the garden and walked back that way, but... it feels more fitting to walk out of this place with the gem in my hand. God damn it. Well, we'll get there eventually. One of these portals will lead the right way. I'm determined to get use out of those magic Molotovs, if anybody's wondering why I'm insisting on using them. So it's just like the holy water problem. It's a stationary attack, which a lot of things are just gonna walk right out of. The things that don't walk out of it, though, are gonna have a real bad day. Yeah, so what I think's gonna happen is I'm gonna finish up the games that are all currently active. Aside from Shining Force will continue to stay in the long game slot until it's done. And then we're gonna start rotating through and doing a bunch of different stuff to start figuring out how I actually want things to work. That way we bring some of the freeform back again. Just for those coming in still and all that. So everybody's up to date on what's what with the planning stages of things. Yeah, I sure chose a real good room to go back to, didn't I? Ow. I'm pretty sure this isn't actually going to lead me where I want to go. Yeah, it put me here, which I think the lower door off of this might actually lead the right way. Ow. So I think this is the one that led to the 2 switch. Nope, this led back to the main room. Maybe it is the other one then. See what I mean about what I was saying before, though, about having literally done it minutes ago, and it's like, nope, it's gone already. Meanwhile, I remember most of what I did last week. It's very strange. Well, we may as well clear the rest of this goddamn place out at this rate, because apparently my pathing is taking me there. And this does confirm that these are the Ladori, or what's left of them, since that was a Ladori priestess. Where this weird Naga came from is a whole other animal. Which I suppose we could find out. Just kill a few more of them, and their entry will explain what they are. And I'm actually curious enough to do that right quick. Assuming it's not going to take like 50 of them to get the entry. And we were close to a level anyway, is the other reason. They do a bunch of damage, though. We don't already have their entry, right? I'm not being stupid. There's a lot of entries we didn't pick up as we didn't kill a lot of the same enemy over and over again. Which is how that works for those who didn't catch that earlier as well. You have to kill a certain amount of an enemy to get their entry to pop up in the bestiary. Which is probably the dumbest thing in this game. I don't know why they thought that was the thing to do. Because they all take a differing amount of kills to get their entry as well. Like, I get it to a degree because you're learning about the enemy by fighting it. Okay, those are Lamias. Okay. Which makes sense. They just really don't have any relation to anything else. Okay, so there's this whole thing here. I'm angling those jumps just wrong, and it's getting upsetting. Okay, and the Shadow Gem's not the last artifact, so presumably the game's not over yet. And I'm willing to bet we're gonna have to fight Ulak himself in some shape and or form before this adventure is over. There we go. Emerald Ring. It actually has the same stats as our fancy Jade Ring. Interesting. So if I want to boost my luck through the roof, that'd be the way to do it at the moment. And I don't need the luck that badly right now to give up attack stats that we kind of still need. So, bottom of the hole. What's down here? Oh, this probably would actually be important. Ulak commanded the shaman to find the most powerful warriors who lived in this realm. They were chosen to defend its lair as our master grows in the fires below. We now await the arrival of the Age of Darkness so that we may serve our master for eternity. Well, that explains what we were fighting. All of his various champions, because there's the crown for King Trell right there. The one up top probably was the Wendigo. This right here was the Shadow Gem, so that would be the shaman himself. That's Ulak's symbol right there. This would be the worm, I guess? And I have no idea what that one would be. We definitely killed it, I just don't remember what it was. Oh, actually, one of them would have to be Titan, because Titan was on the list. This thing. Maybe that was the swirl and the fang was the other one. It's all good. You do what you gotta do. Hopefully the rest of your day goes well. Though I'll probably still be here if you want to come back, too. All of the above are options. That was weird. For a lot of those jumps, the parachute just wasn't opening, and I couldn't figure it out. I'm hoping that we're on the right track for getting back to the beginning. But at the rate this is going, I feel like I probably should have used the other plan. Ah, well. Considering we spent an hour with Hatbox, and then we are only 3.5 hours in, and feeling like we're getting pretty close to the end of the game, it's probably for the best that it pads out a little bit anyway. Ooh, Crystal Rod. That is an improvement, and it fires projectiles, huh? I'm not really seeing these projectiles coming out of it. But it's got a little bit of a spark on the end, which I assume counts as part of its reach, so it's probably a decent enough weapon. It's also really fast. You just slap the shit out of somebody with a stick. There we go, we are back in the room I wanted to be in. I knew I'd figure out a way to get back there eventually. Because, you know, you go through enough doors, you're gonna get there no matter what, eventually. Unless you go in a circle. Which would just be impressive, really. I'm gonna put Ulok's pendant back on just in case the game decides to fuck with me when I try to go back through this door. Just in case I end up walking back through, like, a closed door and it just crashes the game or something. No, Boston is not here, so that entire endeavor was a waste of time. Well, I'm going to assume then that Boston's back in town. So since we have money and I have Warp Scroll, we're just going to undo my mistake and warp away. And we'll just buy a new Warp Scroll before I do anything else, so I don't forget that I don't have one. I did not mean to talk to you, because you have nothing to say. Oh yeah, we never did find her Book of Incantations. Right. That was the thing I was supposed to find. Who knows where that thing is? There we go. This way we always have a Warp Scroll on hand in case I get into another stupid position like earlier. Or I'm basically dead. There's Boston resting. He is useless, though, because he doesn't want to talk. Okay. Good. Good. Oh, now I know what to do with the gem, actually. Remember that thing that had a socket on it? That we saw? The triangular-shaped socket? Down there by the bottom right entrance. That's where we need to be. I just remembered. We need to go put that in there and probably trigger all kinds of awful things just for sake of adventure. We're gonna release a demon. Yay! What could possibly go wrong? I guess he either got credit from hitting it. Did he just level twice? Sure did, he's level 8 now. Neat. He's actually becoming useful. Except he doesn't seem to be getting any smarter still. Which is unfortunate. Alright then. Wait, you were just... Okay, whatever. I was hoping to catch you before you went any further. You've done magnificent work shutting down the temple and closing the gateway. But I'm afraid this is not over yet. You could have told me this in town. We were just in the same place at the same time, seconds ago. Ulok has been cut off from its energy source, but it may already be powerful enough to bring on the Age of Darkness. The inscriptions say its chamber lies somewhere in the depths beyond this door. Only the Shadow Gem you retrieved from the temple will open the way. Are we sure that that's not just gonna unseal Ulok and cause all the problems in the first place? Haven't a clue, my boy, but we're gonna do it anyway. I know you feel it is your duty to complete your mission, but I must beg you to reconsider. Who knows what horrors you will face down there? Even a skilled warrior such as yourself may not make it back. If you do choose to go on, please prepare yourself first. I already did. I will head back to town now and await your return. Good luck, young knight. Yep, he doesn't want to see the consequences. Nyop, nyop. Because of course it's a door that rolls aside. Every door designed like that just rolls away like a coin. Alright. This place looks pretty good, and the music's definitely getting me. Listen to that little drum in the background, too. I wonder if they're gonna keep adding instruments as I go deeper in here. Oh, I don't like this thing already. It's an advanced version of that thing we saw in the garden. Which was probably released from the temple, if I had to... I'm sorry. The fuck? Why is there just a floating brain with a beak? Actually, wait, no, I know those are a specific monster. What the hell are those called? I know that exists in other things too. Okay, you know what? I'm giving up trying to identify these things, because this is just a mess. This is just a goo of mouths and sadness. I probably don't want to know why that weird pink thing dropped a lamb chop. Probably one of those best not to think about it situations. I get no good feelings from that concept. Yeah, the sword at level 8's almost doing as much damage as I am. So he's actually becoming somewhat relevant. These things hurt a lot, though. Huh. They actually do their death animation on the ceiling if they die up there. I expected it to fall down and then do it. Or have a separate death animation where it falls down and, like, turns to goo or something. Oh, magma chamber. Oh, well, there's the magma. That's timing. And no, I didn't know that. That is 100% just an accident. Because for those who don't know, I haven't played this far in this game before. I barely got out of the mines when I played this originally, because I just got distracted and things like that. Whoa! That almost was bad. Now, of note, of new things I picked up, by the way, there's one thing I was considering streaming, but I might not, because it's got a bunch of flashy effects that go on. But Neon Echo was pretty fun, so for those interested in fast-moving side-scrolling games, you might want to take a look at that one. It's also got a little bit of a rhythm element to it, though it's advertised as having more of one than it actually does. Just as a note. But that facet of it might also just not be fully implemented yet, since it is early access, I think. Let me actually get that name to make sure I'm not talking out of my ass with what it was called. I'm like 90% sure I'm right, but it's always better to check. Yeah, Neon Echo. And I've got another one that I'm definitely going to stream, but I'm going to keep that one under my hat since it is going to be a stream game. Let that one be a surprise. That'll probably get slotted in either into Monday as part of a variety day or Tuesday or what have you. Whatever day it ends up working out that it goes for. Yeet. Yeet. And a yeet. Yep. Yahoo! Okay, I can make that jump. Excellent. Quit throwing your babies at me. I don't want them. That almost ended in tears. Eat the questionable lamb chop and the potion to wash it down. Oh god, the lava's still coming down. I see the guy from Decap Attack is here to kill me now. Not sure how to feel about that, but we're just gonna... I'm sorry, what? Why do you have magic? Why is your magic better than mine on that note? What's this? Nice, an HP at max. Okay, lava doesn't hurt as much as you'd expect it to, which is a little weird. But you know what? That's not one of those things we argue with around here. Ack, eek, ack. As far as working with people on things, as well, you know, increasing the amount of collaborations and such I'm doing, I've been very guilty of waiting and letting people come to me about a lot of those, because I tried reaching out for a bit initially and it really wasn't getting me anywhere. But I'm going to try to swing back into doing that more again, and see if it goes anywhere. There is one potential thing already from a Twitter discussion, but who knows when that's ever going to see the light of day. Oh, we found the boss door. With no save points anywhere. So I probably missed one, like, down there. Or if I had Desert to guess. I say pointing at the screen as if you can tell from the perspective where I'm pointing, but you could probably guess if you paid attention to the map at all. Does mean we have to fight fucking headless asshole over here a few more times. Shambler, huh? Okay. This is not like we can go around the Shamblers. They take up way too damn much of the room to really, like, skip past. Oh, going down there ain't an option. That much is true. I wasn't sure I was going to be able to iframe through him, that's why I healed. This isn't a save point either? Is there just not a save point in here? Because that would be bad. That'd be very bad. With the horrifying Eldritch Abominations that we're seeing on our way through here, I can only imagine what a lock looks like. Huh. You know, that's a thing right there, isn't it? The fact that we can't actually go back. We're kinda committed now, aren't we? How are we doing on healing items at this point? Not great. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Warp Scroll. We're going to prep up a bit better, and then we're going to come back down here, now that we know where we're going and what we're doing. It's going to suck going through that whole gauntlet through here again, but it'll suck less than if I have to do it after a death. And we know the path now, which will help. What I never figured out is who do I sell the gems to? Because I presume somebody buys the gems. Because they've just been piling up in my inventory and doing nothing. It's not like he buys them. They're not used in crafting at all. We also haven't seen any of those meteor or bars, but I assume things in the magma chamber probably dropped them. She doesn't buy the gems, even though that would make sense. It's also possible one of the people we didn't find yet either takes or buys the gems. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody named Princess wants gems. I know that's stereotyping, but let's be real, that's probably true. Because that's exactly why they named them that way. We don't have the platinum for you yet, I think, still either. Now, we found 2. So yeah. I think we're gonna have to make do with the money we have. have, slash sell the handful of things we're not using. And if we still can't make it stick from that point, we're gonna have to grind. I mean, selling the gold crown, even though I like it a lot, because the sword is getting up to a point where it'll be productive. We really don't have a lot of money still, even with that. No, I don't think I have any tokens. No. The other option is I sit there and play the gambling game 1,000 times in hopes of getting something to work out with that. This gets us 4 potions, which is not the best at this point in the game. It's not the worst, but not the best, if that makes sense. Because there are 75 each, and we have 225 as our max, so it's not gonna fix us if we get a heavy hit. Not without using a bunch of them. Which is not really what we'd want to do. We're a little bit low on new area to go to, though. I mean, there's this area over here in the mines that I skipped out on going into because it was starting to really suck. We probably could handle that just fine now. So, need be, if the magma chamber doesn't work out, we could always try going over there as part of our grinding expedition. Just in the interest of not having to just face tank. Because unless this is a surprisingly easy fight, I'm anticipating we're going to need more than a handful of potions. Though we do have a high potion and a beef stew still, so it's not as bad as I'm making it out to be, because a high potion is a full heal for us in our current health. And it's not like I'm bad at this game. I'm not great at it, because I ignore a lot of the potential mechanics that could help me, as I tend to do a lot. But we'll see what we can make happen. The biggest part's going to be getting through here without losing a ton of health. We can thankfully dispose of the enemies in here reasonably quickly. They're not super durable, or particularly problematic in some cases. Like, the goo throwing guys aren't that bad as long as you don't hit them at the wrong angle. And these guys are a joke. You just jump over them and you're good to go. These guys are a little bit rough, unless you position yourself well. But they at least have paid back in the form of the beef stews we picked up from them. So that's kind of okay. Level 9 for the sword, okay. I can live with that. It's a pity you can't do what you can do in some other games and equip your familiar as an actual sword. Or then take advantage of its levels to swing it harder and better. Free lamb chop, okay. I am going to check this area in case there's a save point or anything good down here. MP max, that doesn't help me as much as it could, but it's still a good thing to have. And there's these 2 rooms that have nothing in them, too. That bothers me a little bit. Game ate my jump. I also probably need to work on being less worried about if a game's not going well that day, just changing games, rather than trying to keep it 100% coherent, because I can always just cut the stream apart for YouTube instead of actually just dumping the whole damn thing straight away. It's not even going to be that long an effort or that hard. I need to stop being so lazy is the takeaway from that. So those who watch a lot of the YouTube content, expect that to start to change a bit. Just because I'm actually going to start separating things up a little bit better. Which I did initially. But then I started just only doing one thing per stream, and then it never needed to be dealt with again. But now that we're going back into variety, I'm gonna have to start cutting it up or leaving entire sections together. Which, there's also the question of, would people rather I put up both, so that people can either watch the whole thing in one sitting or have the segmented parts? Or should I do only one or the other? What are the thoughts of the people that are currently here on that? So I'm open to feedback on that idea, considering it's not like I'm going to be watching the YouTube. See, I knew there had to be a save point in here somewhere. As my men and I returned to complete a shrine, we found the king and his minions waiting for us. He made me watch as they pushed my workers one by one into a seemingly bottomless chasm, saving me for last. The drops seemed to take forever, and at the bottom, the bodies broke my fall. All but 3 of us had perished, however we did not let this shake our faith. We built this final shrine to aid the Lightbringer, whomever they may be. I have faithfully served the Watchers, and now it is time to join them at last. Well, that confirms that this is the last save point in the game, then. The last shrine they were able to build. But at least this does give us a checkpoint nearer to the fight. And it's before the point of no return as well. Now, there is one issue. I've now saved in here without a warp scroll, so that's a thing I've chosen to do, apparently. So if this all goes wrong, I'm gonna have a bit of a rough go of it fixing it, is what the takeaway from that sentence is. Swordwind got himself another level, good for him. And the speed he killed that thing at tells me he's doing pretty well for himself at this point, so that's good news. Okay, yeah, he's doing 40 a hit now, and there's the meteorite ingots. I knew they had to be in here somewhere. So that's another thing I could do, is farm meteorite ingots until we can make some of the meteorite stuff and see if that makes a significant difference, if it comes down to that. Which, again, I don't anticipate it getting that bad, but it's worth keeping in mind that that is an option. Yeah, the how should I put it to YouTube in terms of lengths and such, and whether I should cut up variety days or not, is probably going to be another thing that gets put to a Twitter poll to kind of suit the audience a bit on that one. Again, it's not going to be a huge effort on my part, and I want people to be able to have the content they're actually going to watch. Because I know to a degree what the right thing for the algorithm would be, but I'm not... As much as the algorithm is necessary for me to succeed, I also don't want that to be the only reason I lay things out or do things, if that makes sense. I saw a fire spark there for a second there. I don't know if that was the sword doing a thing or what. Oh, there went the music. Hello? Spooky eyeball. Oh no. So spooky. What is with these final bosses and their goddamn spooky hands? Not to mention being a hurry up and wait fight. I'm going to also assume that a lock's gonna have more than one phase. I would be very surprised if... Oh! I don't like this. I don't like that spin attack. I don't like the fact that the floor is going away. There's a lot not to like here. Also, I'm about to land on an angry hand. Thankfully, it only does 25, so that's actually not that bad. We want boomerangs, I think. we can start leaving boomerangs where his eye is. So as we're falling back down, they get continuous hits on him. So I think our wand is doing more damage. Most of his attacks are also not super bad to avoid. They're not the easiest in the world, but they're not the worst. I'm going to assume that the floor is going to be my indicator for how far the fight's going. Which means he probably has an asinine amount of health, if that's the takeaway there. I am starting to fall apart a little bit here, which is a bad thing. So, I have to kind of hope that he doesn't have too much... Ow? Okay, he's ramping up enough that maybe this is closer to the over than I thought. And the floor thing might just be, you can't take too long with this fight mechanic. We are about to die, though. We're gonna need more healing, because he just has too many attacks. Which is very unfortunate that I saved down here now, but you know. We can climb out, so it's not an impossible fix. Does mean we're gonna have to do a little bit of grinding. What I could potentially do, though, is just farm those brain things for beef stews and the claw guys for lamb chops, instead of actually farming money to get potions. So I don't know which would actually be quicker. That's one of those weird questions. It also means that I must have missed saving those other people somewhere, assuming that that's the final boss, which I could still be wrong about that. One of these... This room down here in the bottom left of the temple might be where one of them is. There's also a tall room in there that I didn't go in, so there might be a room off of that. There's a room down there. There's also a digging spot, which was down there, that we never figured out what to do with. So that's a thing. I don't know what the point to the balloon from the engineer is. We'd have to go get more platinum to figure out what the point to that whole side bit is. There's this area of the mines over here we didn't do. Which I wouldn't be surprised if one of the missing people's up there. Like, that felt like a place where there's either a hidden really cool item or one of the missing people, considering that place ramped up really nastily compared to the rest of the mines. This is actually a pretty good farm spot, probably, since it's got one of the brain things and one of the claw guys next to each other, and places where we can get coins. Man, your coinage fell in the ocean. The ocean of lava. Sad days. Which I suppose that's another thought thing. Those who make content, how many of you actually watch your own content at any point? Be it to make clips out of it or to just check things over / just remember things. So I'm sure there's some arrogant people out there that watch their own content because they think it's great. That's not what I mean. I'm gonna have to spend some... No, I should be able to get back down to the save point without dying. I don't think there's actually any enemies between here and the save point. This is mostly just a big, long hole to fall down. Is like, if I'm cutting clips, of course I look through the content, but I'm not, like, actively watching it. I more skim through. And I, of course, check it, usually, if I make a change, make sure that nothing got missed in terms of, oh yeah, there was this fuck-up in here that I need to fix. Because, you know, you don't always get told when, like, mic settings are fucked or anything like that. And I get it. Sometimes people don't notice. Sometimes people think you were told already, so you don't want to be told more. Some people just think it's funnier to let you stew on it. There's options. Okay, those are just demons. Interesting. Definitely not what I would consider a demon, but it's definitely demonic. And those are grells. I don't think a grell really means anything. I think that's just a name they made. We aren't making a lot of money, but we are getting some items. And of course we're getting experience, which levels help, but I don't know how much levels are going to help at this point. Aside from keeping us from having to go back to the save point as often. I don't think we picked up anything we could really sell to make enough more money to do anything with. Aside from turning more ingots into gear that we can then sell. So I think if I'm gonna try to make money, it's probably better if I go to another area and either find one of the missing people and hope that they're the one who buys gems so that I can make buku money, come in there with a pocket full of potions and sort things out that way, or what have you. Or do the Castlevania classic of find a room like this with a bunch of breakables in it and watch, rinse, repeat. But it looks like in this game, the breakables don't instantly come back when you screen transition, so that's not as breakable. Which is unfortunate. But then again, infinite money also trivializes encounters, because you then have infinite healing, basically. Which, as I've said many a time, should always be the player's choice to trivialize something that they're having trouble with, rather than suffering. But I also understand from a game design point that they don't want you completely trivializing things. Because, you know, they worked hard on that, so they don't want you just breezing through it and having it be a non-thing. Both sides make sense. Also, is it bad that I only just now processed the fact that the boss fight signs have always been the sign of Ulok? It's always been his spiky eye thing. The same one that's on all the banners in this area. I don't know why I didn't realize that, or if I did realize it, I forgot. I'm gonna avoid him because I'm almost dead. Wouldn't it have been funny if I couldn't actually backtrack up this hole? I actually just, like, wouldn't be able to quite reach the ledge or something, and everything went to hell in a handbasket from there. That'd be unfortunate. Forgive the yawning, I am, as usual, the forever tired. So, it's one of those things. I'm not as tired as usual today, though. today was pretty good. I got a new case of vitamins, so those are helping. Which, I never completely ran out of them, but I have noticed that sometimes when they sit for a while, they're not quite as good. So the new jar always has a couple that seem to help a little bit more. But that might also be a psychological thing rather than a real thing. I may have just convinced myself of that. Which, hey, if it works, it works. I ain't gonna argue with it. But yeah, just didn't stay up too stupid late last night either, so that helped. Not that I usually have a choice on that score. I can try to loop the gambling game as well, but I feel like I'm not gonna pull that one off too well. Make a gold ring so I can sell it. I'm gonna hang on to the platinum, even though I could sell that. Just because the platinum could still lead to us getting the balloon going. And I still don't know what that ends up doing, so that might do enough on its own to be good. Especially if we're grinding the guys down there, which drop platinum anyway. But we can still snag ourselves a handful more posh. Actually, 75, 200. It's a better overall value to get the high potions, because they're less than twice the price for more than twice the healing. I'm so used to the lower potions actually ending up mathing out to being a better value. And, you know, the whole fact of you can carry more of them. Oh, those are going for good when you buy them, huh? Okay. Well, we still have a donut. So that definitely helps our healing situation out a bunch. I could try the lock fight again straight away, but I'm gonna go at least do that bit of the mines that we didn't do, just because it's bothering me. That we never cleared that out. I feel like they're just sitting there thumbing their noses at me. Like, ha ha, he couldn't beat this. Nah, 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 nah. So I'm at least gonna go get revenge on that. Especially now that we have double jump to make it a lot less of a pain in the ass to get through. And we probably one-shot at least the guys leading there. Because we've gone through like 2 full areas since we last walked through that area up there. So if there's still a threat, I'd be very surprised. That would just tell me just how scaled up all those special kobolds and such are. Which, this game might also have a post-game. I don't actually know if it does or doesn't. A lot of games of this style don't necessarily. They usually, like, go for New Game Plus instead of having post-game content, but you never know. There's usually the option to clean up the existing world afterward, for the fact. Just not usually, like, new stuff that pops up. So there was a couple things like that, just not a lot of them. And they usually ended up being, like, super fucking nasty business. Oh, we don't one-shot him. 2 shots, okay. Well, potentially might be 3 since the sword hit him too. Though the purple slimes were the ones that were really bad. And they're 2-shottable, so we're basically golden in here. And we're getting the venison we need to complete the hunter's quest, which might trigger something good for us as well. You know what? Why am I following your rules, game? I'm just gonna go this way. Yeah, that's the one we grabbed already, and we can skip the next one up as well. Oh, fine. I was playing along a little bit. I'm done playing along. I'm going my way. Okay, there's a crusher bit there. I'm suspicious. Is there a secret here? Nope. Okay. I should have known better, but curiosity and all that. Crushy beater. Ow. Ow. Those don't even hurt that much anymore. All of that just for an item, huh? What is it? A heart ring. Okay. $15 more health, huh? Well, that was resoundingly less productive than I had hoped it'd be. Maybe it's worth a lot of money. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, probably not. Guy can dream, but reality's probably gonna slap me in the face. But on the bright side, at least we brought balance to the force by coming through and fixing an area that had previously defeated us. I'm happy about that. And I think that is all the venison we need, too. I think only 3 was what we needed. Ow. And yes, I've totally just been accepting getting hit by those crushers. I hadn't even worried about it. It's like, they're doing 20. I'll live. We also can check the room above me here, because we can parachute across to it now, or double jump, or all of the above really work. There we go. It's another treasure. The night figure. Okay. I have no idea what that does either. Wooden figurine that resembles a knight. Okay. Not sure what the hell the deal with that is, but I guess that's a thing. We never did find the Book of Incantations still, either. There's a room over there that might be accessible. Okay, we'll go there. Why not? We're just gonna go on a goddamn tour, I guess. Like a victory lap type deal. Before we defeat a lock. For nothing else but to pad out time is gonna be what it's gonna end up doing, really. I wonder, though, if there's another familiar in this game, considering there's one that exists. You wouldn't think they'd code an entire familiar mechanic just for one of them. Especially not with independent leveling and everything. That seems like a lot just for a single entity. But yeah, there's this box here, too. Leather whip. We could have gotten that a while ago, I think. I just didn't turn around for it. Because I think you literally could have reached that with your regular jump. But you had to, like, angle the jump just right to get there. And this is why I'm bothering to kill all these one-shottable enemies, is they do drop items. And as you saw with that one guy, a chance to drop like 25 gold, which is more than we were getting out of the big guys. Actually, I should probably turn my luck up as much as I can while we're walking around like this. Which would, ironically enough, need this silver ring. Yeah, I got rid of the crown, so I don't have that luck boost anymore. Oh yeah, we literally just need a double jump to get up here. Ah, we found somebody. Looks like a miner. Thanks, I was getting bored of sitting in that cage. I'm Duncan, one of the miners here. The only thing I love more than digging up minerals is processing them. I'm gonna head back up to Carthus to get the stamper running again. Come see me if you ever want to buy or sell minerals. Well, that sounds like exactly what we need to make all the money we're gonna need. Which I had assumed the one who was gonna be involved with gems was gonna be in here because it made sense. I didn't think they were gonna be right under the town, basically, behind a very easy path to get through, but, you know. That was a good surprise, not a bad surprise. So let's go make some money. Yeah, because he'll buy all these stupid gems we've been carrying the entire time. Not as much money as I was hoping for, but we can get rid of our silver ingot as well. What can I buy from you? Just that, huh? Okay. Well, that's a little sad. We don't have enough platinum, right? If I buy 1 platinum, we can find out what the balloon does. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm slightly tempted on that score. Yeah, you know what? I could be cheeky. I could save right now, buy the platinum ingot, and then go back to main menu if it doesn't do anything good. But now I'm gonna accept my fate if this is a bad choice. Here's your platinum. Wow, you did it! With this platinum, I should finally be able to get the balloon filled up. In return for your help, please take this secret detector. It will alert you with a beeping sound whenever you're near a secret. Now to fix this electrolysis device. I had a feeling it was gonna be something like that. That's not the last artifact either. That's just a thing, I guess. Is that even listed in my menu anywhere? Or is that just a thing we have now? There it is. You do have to equip it. Okay. We did still come out of that with a little bit of extra money to buy a couple more healing items with, though. Specifically, we'll probably just go buy 1 more high potion. And we do have a couple other things we can sell. Like, I am scraping and scrounging to make sure that we are as in top form as we can be after the way the first round with Ulok went. Not quite enough to get more than 1 more high potion, but we're still gonna be a hell of a lot better off than we were last round. I'm at this point assuming Princess is the one who's on the other side of that door up there. Once we bring her home, she opens that up, probably. Oh, fantastic. You found Duncan. He is my hardest worker, a born miner. I've never seen someone who loves minerals as much as he does. Yep, just Princess and Rupert missing. Same thing, same thing. We never did find any evidence of the other guy either, did we? We only ever found the pocket watch for Felix Farron. That's another mystery. Unless the knight figurine is relating to him. I guess we could try. Though it doesn't have a label on it saying anything about the other guy, so I doubt it. Nope. Rip. Let's see. We've got 160 left. I should just buy a regular potion with 160, because those are 150, I think. Yeah. And they do a higher amount than the food does. So let's see. All told, we have 5 potions, 5 high potions, 1 beef stew, 1 donut. Oh yeah, we can turn the venison in still. Any luck getting it in my venison? 4 cuts. Damn it. Well, we're just gonna eat the venison. Fuck you. You could have just been happy with 3 cuts of venison, but no, you wanted 4. You wanted to be fancy with your 4. Meh. Fuck you. The village will starve, and I do not care. I'm busy over here slaying demons. we're gonna go have another go at Ulok, just in the interest of finishing the game. I could go poke around for secrets with the secret detector and do all that stuff, but I feel like that's, as we keep going through, the thing that'll help give other people a reason to play this game. Because again, this is another good one. This game's been very good. I've gotten annoyed with it once or twice, but it's not been that bad. Actually, hang on. There is one thing I want to try doing before I fight Ulok. There's one other thing that defeated me before we got through, and that is the arena. I do want to see what the rest of the fights in the arena are like. And we're a lot stronger now, so we can probably handle them. That is something I could leave for somebody else, but that one I'm actually curious enough about that I want to do it myself. I think this is the closest spot to it, because I think it's that room over there on the left. There's also a couple spots in here we didn't go to, but I doubt... Well, one of them's probably either got Princess or Rupert in it. But since we now figured out where the gems go, I don't know how useful either of them are going to be. Unless there's something ridiculous in that chest that's behind the door. Which is possible. Don't get me wrong, that is entirely a reality that could be a thing. The big takeaway is we are taking a lot less damage in here now, so that's a good sign for the arena. There is sadly no save point near here, so if I fuck this up, it's gonna be unfortunate. There is a heal point there, but you only get one charge from each of the heals there, the mana and the health ones. So I'm probably going to save that for later, or in the fights. Splat the cube, beat this guy up. Smash the demons immediately. Pound the archer down. Yeah, see, we made an actual joke of that. Gladiator Helm makes us do a bunch more damage. And it does have a luck boost associated with it. We lose 1 defense compared to the sword hat. The sword's already at level 18. I'm not too worried about the sword anymore. We'll go ahead and wear the gladiator hat in the hopes of getting more drops while we're doing the arena. So you do have some skill as a fighter, but do you have the endurance that's needed to be a champion? You have 2 more preliminary matches before you can take on the Grand Champion. Second match, let's go. This is the one that killed us last time, because we hadn't fought anything like the Spearmen or anything yet. So we were kind of caught with our pants down on that one. I think we'd just fought like one of these gargoyles before getting here. And this is what killed us last time. This flying bitch right here. But we still never really fought. Oh. Not so bad, though. Gladiator armor. Which lets me do more damage, but I again lose a little bit more defense, and I lose intelligence. I mean, I don't use my magic that much anyway. Even though I'm swinging a wand around, I'm like bludgeoning things with it. What style, what finesse, you're a natural. Only 1 more match, then you can face the Grand Champion. We'll go ahead and use the heal that's here, and do our final preliminary match, see how it is. If it starts looking real nasty, we'll probably save before trying the Grand Champion. Even though that's gonna mean more walking. Why is this armor kicking my ass? Did I lower my defense enough that it's that big a problem? Or are these buffed up? The fuck are you? I would assume he's like an arena unique enemy. Who is also kicking my ass. Don't like that. There we go. Gladius. Okay, special weapon. It is not better for attack, but it does raise my MP and raises my defense back by a point. Nah. That was pretty rough, though. You have proven your worth. Few have advanced this far. When you are ready, you may challenge the Grand Champ... let's see. Now, don't get me wrong, I think I am actually going to switch back to the gold armor to get that 1 point of defense, since that apparently made a big difference between whether I got my ass kicked by something or not. I felt like we were taking a lot more damage in that round. But it might also be because I was standing like an idiot and just taking hits upon hits. Which I did before, too, but not as badly. And whether we actually make use of the gladiator stuff or not, we did make a bunch of money. The flip side to that is we did use up a bunch of healing. That said, I mostly used only the junk healing, aside from the one high potion we had to use against the Wraith. But I think we made our money back on that. We'll have to go find out. So I do wonder what else we're gonna get when we beat the Grand Champion, considering we've already got the... Oh, it might actually be like a champion belt or something. Gladiator armor is worth 400, so that's not too bad. The Gladius is worth fuck all. But I'm gonna sell it anyway. Gladiator armor... The 3 strength is tempting, but I think I'm gonna ditch it. And the Gladiator helmet's actually okay. Considering it's actually, in some ways, actually better than the sword hat. The only difference being we don't have the sword floating around, which actually probably does make up for the damage difference. The 5 extra damage per hit we get. Yeah, I'll switch back to the sword hat to see how much the gladiator helmet's worth. Another 400, so yes, we will sell that. Because that's probably going to be enough to max us out on high potions. So that was worth doing, no matter how this plays out. Because this basically means we'll be able to win against Ulok by virtue of being nearly unkillable. With basically 9 health bars. Is it fair? No. Is it funny? Kind of. But we're also going to end up burning some of those fighting the Grand Champion, probably, unless he's a complete joke, which would be really funny. Like, this is when the announcer guy rolls out, and he's like, I'ma fuck you up! You hit him once and he just dies. Not gonna bother fighting the animated armors anymore again. I was testing my equipment against them, basically, and they still do a lot of damage, so that's a no. The rest of them don't do much damage, so I can just plow through the rest of them to make sure we keep our experience flowing. But fighting the actual big boys, not worth it. They're tanky enough that it just ends up being a ball ache. On the bright side, their contact damage isn't that high. Oh hey, that refilled. The time has come. If you may choose, you may now face the Grand Champion, or run away if you wish to live. Shall we proceed? Splendid! Step into the arena when you're ready. This will be a good show. He's standing here. Are you surprised to see me here? Called it. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Narlock, the Grand Champion. Take this as a lesson. Looks can be deceiving. It's a shame it will be the last lesson you ever learn. Okay, see, that's cheating. Because it's hard to recognize you based on looks when you completely change shape when you actually are getting serious in a fight. Whoa there. Okay, Rojang. Okay, you can block as well. I see that. I see you doing that. Well, that was easy. Huh. So that's where the last artifact was. The diving gear. Which lets us get into that one place over in the garden we couldn't get into. Do I actually go back and do that? Or we leave that as a mystery? That is the question. And nobody's running the arena anymore because we kind of killed him. But hey, we did it! The arena's been cleaned out. That was honestly easier than I thought it would be. Kind of expected more of a fight out of Narlock. But I am well pleased that I was right that it was actually gonna be him. Because that seemed like the kind of joke they'd pull in this game. Just like, aha, surprise! It's the tiny guy all along, but he's really a big guy. Aha! Though I did get it wrong that he was gonna die in one hit. He was still a chump, but just not as much of a chump as I thought. So the question becomes, how curious am I about that garden area? And the answer is curious enough that I will go look. So as I've said before, I do like this game. So I'm willing to give it some more time. I think going to the one that leads to a lock is going to be the quicker way, because we can climb up from here pretty quick. Then again, down might have been quicker, but 6 of one, half dozen the other. We'll get there reasonably quickly, no matter how you look at it. Another curved knife that I'm not going to use because it's really short range, and at this point it's going to be utter crap. Because it already was weaker than what we were using at the time. And back then, I think we were, like, capping out at 40 damage a hit instead of the 60 we're doing now. I'm sure there's people out there that are gonna be like, just heal tanking through the boss fight's gonna be a cop-out. It's like, I don't care. So I'm copping out. What are you gonna do about it? Let people play the way they're gonna play. You can cry about it all you want. There's no salt about things like that at all. No, not at all. Oh, good. We don't have to actively equip the diving gear. He knows enough to put it on. It's real good at putting that on and taking it off real fast, too. Oh. Ah, Princess is a dog. That was the other option. Bark, bark, bark. We found a dog. See, there was always the option that it was a legitimate princess, Or it was a dog, basically, is what that was going to boil down to. And everybody just referred to her as Princess, so that's why she was listed in the list as Princess. But no, he's dog. And here's another note, and a dead guy. Glass eye. Okay. Oh, this is Drake's stuff. Felix said we should split up and look for more clues. But it didn't take me too long to get myself lost. I've never been too good with directions. The next thing I knew, I was in a forest full of trees and plants. There was even a waterfall and a little pond, which is good because I was pretty thirsty. It seemed like a good enough place to get some rest, so I set up a campsite. I didn't get much sleep though. Not only did it never get dark, but I kept hearing howling off in the distance. I hope some beast isn't planning on making me its dinner. Well, we figured out where the other thief ended up. So we can turn that in before we go fight Ulak. Hi! That explains the howling. Good thing we didn't find this any earlier, huh? That would have sucked to have to really fight, because that's a real tiny space to be fighting him in. That's probably also why they need you to have, like, double jump and such to get there. They expect you to be pretty strong by the time you encounter that, so that it doesn't just surprise kill you. So I respect that. It does make for a nasty surprise if somebody finds a speedrun shortcut into there, though. Because I could definitely see a way you could sequence break your way up there. It would be fucky, and I don't know if it would actually work. But it would be theoretically possible. But you would pay for your sins if you went up there early. Unless you, like, grabbed the note and warp scrolled out of there or something. Which I suppose you could easily do, because nothing is locking you out of your items or anything in there. So let's go see what we get for turning in the bounty. I'm assuming it's just gonna be money. But he might give us, like, a special weapon or something. Which might be cool. Oh, yeah. I was right, though. This is Princess's room. Which gets us a light stone. So you found them both, eh? And they both met their end? Well, no one's shedding a tear for those two. And as a reward, I'd like to give you my magic charm. It's gotten me out of many tough situations. You seem to need the luck more than I do right now. Yeah, good luck charm is definitely something I won't say no to. It's just a straight up upgrade from our current ring. Okay. Why not? So if I wanted to, I could go up to 42 luck if I was going to continue grinding. It's a long trek back to the capital. One more night of rest, and then I'm going to start the journey home. Pet the dog. Can't pet the dog. Worst game, 0 out of 10. I take back everything I said recommending it. Something keeps blinking over on my display here on the left, and it's fucking with me. Something in my dashboard keeps blinking every now and then. I think it's refreshing, and that's what's fucking with me. But I genuinely can't tell. Because every time I look, there's nothing there. It just occasionally something, like, moves or blinks on the activity feed. So I, of course, always look because it's like, okay, maybe something happened that I didn't get a notification sound for. But no, it's just fucking with me. Just like all of you would be doing if you were pressing those buttons anyway. So it's just doing your job for you is what I'm telling you. But it's time for the final battle. Let's go kick Ulak's ass for real this time. I wonder if somebody's gone out of their way to, like, level the sword to ridiculous and have it do the final fight for them. I wouldn't be surprised if that's a thing somebody's gone out of their way to do at some point. Because people love doing wacky challenge stuff like that. Probably people have, like, done Belmont mode or something and done whip only. Because there's been more than one whip weapon in this game, so it technically would be viable. And that's what I love about these kind of games, is I can see the potential for a lot of challenge runs and such. They're not my thing to do, but I can see the options. And I appreciate that. Because they're options that are viable, rather than being challenge options that would be like a huge ball ache. For those wondering, no, I don't know where I started saying ball ache so much from, but that's just a thing that has entered my dialogue at some point in the past half a year. Just like a bunch of other things. So it's more than likely because of a fellow streamer or something along those lines. They probably said it, and I'm like, yeah, no, that makes sense for this being something that sucks, so I'm just going to keep that in my brain now. I just gotta be careful not to die on the way there. So I'm trying not to use any of my healing, but I might have to. Yep, I'm gonna have to. Eat the venison. Oh, are you fucking kidding me? Falling apart now, because I'm in a hurry to get there. Have to heal again. Just use 2 of the regular potions. I'd use 1, but the heal from 1 would be lost, like, immediately if more than 1 or 2 things on the way hit me. And, of course, I leveled up now. God damn it. Well, once again, those potions just went to heaven. Or poured down the drain. Really, both are the same thing. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Alright. Make the final trek to Alok himself again. Go finish this. This is when I find out, oh yeah, that's not even the real one. You gotta go fight another thing now. And I'll just be like, why? Why have you done this? Why have you hyped this fight up so much and then nothing happened? Why? Fucking shamblers. We are going to be down a little bit of health, but I'm going to just let it ride. His lock doesn't do a ton of damage per hit, so we can let him hit us a couple times. And then just heal back to full, basically, from there. Or maybe not so much anymore, because I took one too many goddamn hits now. Son of a bitch. Use one of the regular potions on the way. There we go. Once more, dealing with you. Also, let's sub in the shuriken. So I think I can hit him from the ground, basically, with them. So if I need a better angle to hit him from, sometimes... First high potion. Thing is, I need to also not be stupid. And I can't afford to waste the health I've got. Yeah, no, the worst part about this fight is how long he stays protected. So a lot of the time it's looking like the sword familiar is not really getting shots at him because it's not in the right place at the right time. How funny would it be if we were like one hit away from killing him before, and I just start losing my damn mind again? Okay, we avoided that lightning attack this time. It's not actually as bullshit as it looked. This one's a little bit bullshit, but it's not too out there. And attacks like that get a little more fair when you consider the fact that you can just heal tank your way to victory in games like this. Once again, bringing back the point I talked about in a couple other games of why I get mad at some of them for the attacks they have and why I don't get mad at others. And that's Sulta Ulak defeated. We didn't even use half of those high potions, like I honestly expected we weren't going to. Again, unless there's a phase 2. Sploosh. Now he's blowing up an awful lot, so I think he might be done. It's like every time we hit him, we added another goddamn piece of plastic explosive to him or something. And I guess we're gonna die down here, huh? Because we're getting hit in the head with rocks. Nope, nope. Magic bullshit. I was really starting to worry we were gonna have an escape sequence. Crack, wake up. Hey, stupid. Wake up. Oh, hey, we're here in front of the big statue. What do you know? Are you all right? I was resting in the tavern when everything began to shake. I rushed out to see what was going on, and I was blinded by a bright light. The next thing I knew, you were right here under the statue. It's saved! The town is saved! A wave of lava rushed through the mines and cleared out all those vile beasts. Even more incredible is it left behind enough ore to keep the town prosperous for years to come. Magnificent work. Your bravery and dedication truly befit a Gildean knight. I'm going to make sure all of Gildea knows of your great deeds here. Now enough talk, it's time to celebrate. Party time! We killed a dog. We killed a god. We killed a god. Oh hey, everybody's here. And this is when he chops off our head and all these flags turn into Ulak flags. Na-na-na-na. We got a medal. Oh, hey, look, there's the balloon, too. Oh, I wonder, if you don't fix the balloon, does it show up in the cutscene? That would be kind of neat if it didn't, actually. But that's 2 games done in 2 days. And that's the 8th game for the year already. I'm still at double the month count. This game I enjoyed a lot. This one hit a lot of the right notes for the kind of Metroidvanias I like. It did have a little bit of a skippy difficulty curve a little bit, but I think some of that was because I was rushing a bit, as I tend to do in these games, so that's on me more than the game. Is the way I look at the way healing items work in games like this is I see them as adaptive difficulty. You can just pile on the health potions, for example, to lower the difficulty for yourself. If you want the game to be harder, don't buy a bunch of healing potions. Just set yourself a limit that suits your fancy and play based on that. Or just don't use them at all. If you're crazy, just beat the game without healing. Just let the level ups heal you and the save points. It probably is doable. It would just be rough. But again, that's another interesting way you can challenge yourself instead of the game limiting you. Which is what I like. I'd rather choose my limitations rather than having them thrust on me. And I know that's a point I end up rattling on about a lot, but it's a point I actually feel pretty strongly about in game design. But yeah, I would highly recommend picking this game up. It's never very expensive. I think at most it's 20, and usually it's on sale, so I would highly recommend picking this up if anybody likes this kind of game. And even if you don't see enough value in playing the main game anymore because you saw me do it, there's still the arcade roguelike mode and race mode and such to try out. Which I would be willing to consider trying to race this game with somebody if somebody was inclined to do that. Multiple somebodies if multiple people wanted to do it, because more racers make it a bit more fun. We got 90% of the rescues, 97% of exploration, so the last rescue was in the 3% I didn't explore. And overall, they counted it as a 6-hour completion. Which checks out. Oh, it's somewhat. Because that cuts out the death times. We lost, like, probably a good, 2 or 3 hours of gameplay to dying. I assume if we had 100% exploration and 100% rescued, it would be a gold medal. Unless time is part of the gold medal as well, which wouldn't surprise me. Yes, record my progress. What happens if I open the game after having beaten it? Okay, it just puts me back in the world. And it shows that room as completed, so it's probably just so you can clean up the last few bits. I don't know if Ulok's still dead in this reality or not, but we're not going to worry about that. Actually, there's one way... Yep, he's still in the bestiary, so it counts him as having been killed. But yeah, that's Chasm done and this stream done. I thought it was going to take me a bit longer to finish Chasm, but I'm kind of okay with it getting wrapped at that point. Best question at this point is, what do I follow up that thought with? That's a little odd, but that's not for me to worry about right now. Let's see who's live doing what and see what my numbers are left at. There's some good options, but looks like we've hit a slump number-wise. Then I've also skipped out on a bunch of opportunities to raid, so I'm not sure I want to skip out on another one. Then again, just about everybody that I'm comfortable with on this list right now is people I've raided in the very, very recent time. And I don't like repeating it a lot. Tell you what, we'll do my tradition at this point. The coin will decide what I do. Because this coin has decided a lot of what I do with this at this point, apparently. Heads we raid, tails we don't. Oh. Coin has chosen. We will not be. And that's fine by me. thank you all for taking the time to be here and be a part of this adventure. I'm glad we managed to finish Chasm, because that, again, frees up more time, and I actually got through this without getting mad at this game, which is kind of uncommon in recent times with finishing these games, which is another reason why I'm fiddling back and forth with the idea of finishing things, because so many games have at least one bad segment that's been souring my mood in the game. But enough about that. Shining Force will either finish or not on Thursday. I don't know. I might also do the same thing I did today and like spend an hour or two at the beginning playing something new and then jump into the continuation of that, since there's something that would fit nicely in that time slot, since it's on the slower side. And I could use that as an introduction to the game for y'all and decide whether we put it on more or not from there. But yeah, other than that, I don't think I have much else to add to that. Yeah, I think that just about covers it. And of course, I'm going to be talking to Zeno tomorrow, as I mentioned yesterday. She pinged me about it today. She wants to talk to me about what we're doing Friday tomorrow. So expect news about that on Thursday. And then Friday is exactly what I was talking about there. Saturday, we'll probably finish Monster Boy. And then we loop into the more variety-based situation next week. I don't know if Monday will necessarily be the day where I play something through, or if I pick a different day for it. I haven't decided what day of the week that's going to be relevant for. We'll worry about that when that comes up. No, I think that covers it. So, thank you one more time, and I will see you on Thursday. I'm going to go potentially work on some art, because I have a couple ideas from today that I might be able to do something with. Other than that, like I said, have a good one. I will see you Thursday, and goodbye.